episode 207 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Corey.
No Will this week. Will's on vacation,
There we go.
which we figured... what did we figure? He's probably pumping some iron down in Florida.
Doing curls on the beach, impressing all the ladies.
Yeah.
It's a little warmer, a little more humid, so we can stay a little more loose.
Yeah.
And constantly glistening.
Yeah.
Florida because of the humidity.
The natural glisten.
Natural glisten, yeah.
Yep.
The
Not
glisten,
the cheap oil that they spread on their muscles.
the glisten looks good at the mirror shop.
Yeah. Not sweating your balls off in the swamp of Florida. I don't know where he is exactly in Florida, but
Orlando, right?
it's mostly swampy there.
I believe about 30 minutes from Orlando is what he told me.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, our topic today is Batman Arkham Knight. Came out, what, like 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago. We're finally able to cover it. Eric played a little bit, not as much as you would have liked, but...
Yeah, that was a combination of things. I was away on a business trip for work.
Yep.
And
which is why I got to play.
Right, and then I got back, and I had kind of a hard time getting into it. And then the new Heroes of the Storm map came out in Hero, and there it went.
Yep.
So,
and before you know it, it was time to do the episode on it.
I was going to play again tonight, but before we recorded, but my fiance, kind of a last-minute thing, we decided to take her niece for a couple nights, so that wasn't going to happen because we were watching Mulan instead.
Nice.
Moulin Rouge?
There's some really good kids movies. I don't know that Mulan is one of them.
I don't know. I was really not paying much attention, so
Gotcha.
whatever.
Okay. Anybody have anything you want to tease for later on in the episode?
I played briefly Freedom Wars on the Vita while I was on the road. I bought Smash Brothers for 3DS.
Nice.
And I did want to talk about the new Heroes of the Storm map and Hero, the Butcher.
Excellent.
So, yes.
Corey?
I had a bad video game week. I played Hearthstone for about an hour, and that's all I did in the last week video game-wise. So I have nothing to talk about.
It's all right. It happens.
So I'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's get right into the main segment, shall we? Batman Arkham Knight, the topic, obviously. It was developed by Rocksteady and published by Warner Brothers Interactive. It's a sequel to Arkham City. Arkham Origins was actually a prequel to the Arkham trilogy. So it follows the events of Arkham City and not Arkham Origins.
Also, Rocksteady's supposedly last foray into the Batman.
Last of the trilogy.
Last of the trilogy, yeah. There's other Batman angles that they could explore. Some people have suggested doing like, what's that cartoon? That Batman cartoon when we were growing up? Not Batman. Batman Beyond, maybe.
Sounds familiar.
That they wanted to. Some fans wanted them to do that.
I've
for the
heard
next Batman game.
Clamoring for a Superman game. And I've also heard Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I'd rather see that than Superman.
I'd be good with either.
Yeah. See, I can't get into DC comics like I could Marvel comics, so I never had as much interest in their characters. But I always liked the Ninja Turtles. That's kind of
who doesn't?
Well, that was what we watched when we were growing up. You know,
Casey Jones.
Donatello was my favorite turtle.
I think mine was Michelangelo.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I had a favorite one. I thought they were all pretty cool.
Yeah. Cora, who's your favorite turtle? This is off topic, but we have to know now.
If we're talking about the older ones, it'd be Donatello.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the newer movie?
No.
Ugh, Donatello's the worst in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess the average would be Michelangelo. My average favorite would probably equal out to be Michelangelo.
Casey Jones was my series favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Batman. So yeah, after the Joker's death at the end of Arkham City, there's a weird quiet period in the city where there's very little crime. Of course, Scarecrow breaks the silence by threatening Gotham with a gas attack or something along those lines. You're not exactly sure what it is, causing the city to fully evacuate, leaving only criminals left in the city. Which is kind of weird. Well, what happened in Arkham Origins? I didn't play that one. I played City and
I don't remember, but
Arkham
it was
Asylum.
the same kind of thing.
Okay. Because in Arkham City, like the city was a prison city, so it was a little bit different.
Right. It was all
criminals anyway. And
I
this
feel like they've all kind of been that way.
yeah, and this one, the populace was actually evacuated, leaving only the seedy underbelly of Gotham City left in the city. So, and then some of my favorite parts of the game are the story, which we can't talk about, so I'm not gonna get into that. I did really like the story, despite, like I said, me not really.
You beat it.
I did beat it.
Right.
I did beat it. Thank you.
Well done.
I did most of the side stuff too, which we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, some of my favorite parts of the game were the story and the weird things that happen with the story, which is a spoiler in itself, and I don't want to talk about it for those of you that haven't played the game yet, or haven't gotten that far yet even. So, first of all, we got to talk about the Batmobile. That was the biggest change from this game in Arkham City. Also, kind of a contentious issue with some people. That seemed to be the most common complaint that I've seen about Batman Arkham Knight was the Batmobile. Eric, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Batmobile. I talked about it before. I really like the Batmobile stuff thus far. What do you think?
I don't. I would say I didn't really care too much for it. I thought that one of the first things you do is you go to the Ace chemical plant, and you have to fuck around a lot with the Batmobile there. Yeah. And that was really annoying. And from what I understand, it's not quite as bad after that.
I think really what that does, that part was to get you
like to tutorial kind
of. It was a tutorial, yeah, to get you to understand like all the different things the Batmobile can do, because it did like cram everything right into that part.
I didn't like how it just crammed it on you there.
I could see that.
That was annoying. But other than that specific part, I haven't found it to be too bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun doing the combat. I think it's really easy.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty easy.
It probably should be a little more difficult.
The difficulty ramps up a little bit, but not as much as you'd think.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy. You'll take on like 40 different drone tanks. Yeah. And without much of an issue. I never even really came close to getting destroyed when I did that. So
yeah, I haven't felt threatened at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it handles pretty well as far as that goes, I feel like.
Yeah, I really like you drive like you would in a normal driving game, but if you hold down the left trigger, it transitions immediately into tank mode, and you move it around like you would like a character in a first-person shooter.
Which it handles pretty well.
It handles very well. And it also makes sense, I think, from a story standpoint, because your primary nemesis in the game is the Arkham Knight, who kind of is like a paramilitary figure. You know, he has an army of drone tanks and flying drones and like mercenary soldiers. So it would make sense that Batman would need a tank type of thing to combat the Arkham Knight, right?
No, that's true. I didn't think about that. But yeah, other than the Ace Chemicals part, the Batmobile hasn't really bothered me all that much. I do still prefer to glide across the city.
Yeah. It's more fun.
It's way more fun.
It's more Batman-like.
Absolutely.
So,
but yeah, no, I mean, I can see people's points. I want to play a little more before I really determine if it was forced on you,
right?
Like people are saying, because like I said, I did hear that if you're not really liking it up to Ace Chemicals, you should still play it for a little while.
Yep.
And see how you do after a couple more hours. So
yeah,
I at least want to do that before I really say if I feel like it's being forced on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I never I mean, I guess I never even thought about it like being shoehorned into the game. I can see people's point with that, but like I talked about, I think I talked about the Batmobile, was it 2 weeks ago or a week ago maybe? And I just controlled so well for me that I never minded the parts. And there's actually the Riddler part of the game. That's all Batmobile stuff too.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
See, that makes me not interested in doing any of the Riddler stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No.
It's not the 200 different challenges. There's like maybe 6 missions, Riddler missions.
Okay,
it's separate from
most of them.
No, it's separate from the trophies. Those are the trophies. There's like 200 of.
So, are his story missions all Batmobile?
I believe so. Up until the point they're different. They're different things. They're like some of them are puzzles and some of them are races.
Like
that involve the Batmobile.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in doing races in a fucking Batman game.
It's not racing against. It's more of an obstacle course than a race, but it's a timed obstacle course.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound appealing to me. A Batman game, it really doesn't.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed all that stuff. Like I said, I mean,
I wish I had gotten to play more so I could really
get into it.
Say whether I liked that part or not.
I don't know. I can't see you liking it, to be honest with
it doesn't sound very good.
Yeah.
If I want to play a racing game, I play a racing game.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, that's really the biggest difference between Arkham Knight and Arkham City was the addition of the Batmobile. Thoughts? I really liked how the side missions were done in Batman Arkham Knight. There's an almost episodic tracking down of Gotham's biggest villains. So like, there'll be a side mission involving Penguin. He's doing like arms dealing in the city during the issues and stuff, and you have to track him down in various places, and it's done piece by piece. So like, I think you have Nightwing's help for that one, and he'll track down the location of a weapons van. You gotta track that into its hideout and take out the hideout, and then you're clear for that one part. And it's done in like 5 or 6 parts, and then your last time is when you actually like take down the penguin, which is cool. Two-Face's thing is you have to stop bank robberies, which is cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, they're all really really well done, and like I said, they're episodic almost. Like you can you do them one at a time. And the cool thing about that too is if you don't happen to see them, like when you're driving around, if you beat a story mission, you'll get quote unquote intel on where the next thing is, so you can just go right there, which is cool because it kind of eases you into them too, rather than overwhelming you with all these different points on the map. I actually never used the mini map in the game. I just never found it necessary. I might have called it up once or twice just to see where I was in relation to something that I needed to get to, but never really used it. Not like in like Assassin's Creed, when you're always like looking at the map to see like where all the different points are. It doesn't really work out like that, which is
I've
cool.
used the map quite a bit
in Batman.
Yeah. I just did the very first side mission that you can do. I don't know really what's going on in it.
Which one was it?
You find somebody tied up.
Oh, the firefighters?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. You have to
no. I don't think it's the firefighters.
Oh.
It was like a side mission for one of the villains.
Okay.
Because the firefighters is a separate side quest, right?
That's a different series.
Yeah, it wasn't
missions.
that. But I don't know who the villain is or really what's going on. He had somebody tied up to a wall, or
it was a dead person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
and
really.
you had to like X-ray them or something like that.
Wasn't that awesome?
That was cool.
Yeah.
My plan is to bust through the story and then go back and do the villain stuff, the side villain missions, and that's probably all I'll do. But yeah, the villain stuff has always been really cool in those games.
Yeah, and I think it's really well done in this because it is technically it's side missions, but it's more well done than say like a game like Dragon Age, because it ultimately ends up affecting the ending too, which is kind of cool. How much of the side missions, how much of the villains you are able to throw into prison. So,
well, I'll be interested to see what kind of ending I get.
Yeah,
by not doing
anything. Yeah, I don't know. When I beat the game, I had most of the side stuff done. The only thing I didn't finish was collecting all the Riddler trophies. I did all of his like missions because he has Catwoman captured. So I was able to free her, but I didn't get to fight him because you have to do all the Riddler challenges, or collect all the 200 trophies to be able to fight him.
That's nuts.
Yeah. That's actually my primary complaint about the game too, was that you have to do that to get the good ending.
Right. The real ending.
Yeah. I mean, they should have the Riddler trophies be like something separate, I think.
If there's going to be that many of them.
Yeah. I would have been happy if you had just done all the Riddler missions and then you fought him, but doing all the trophies too, that's a little too much for me. Because like you said, there's like 200 of them, and a lot of them you can't get like the first time you go through a dungeon. You got to go back later when you have the right
gadgets,
tools, whatever. So there's that, and then there's more standard side mission stuff like disabling bombs and rescuing the firefighters that don't. I mean, the Firefighters one I think has a little bit of a story arc that ties in with Firefly.
Oh, okay.
So that's a little bit different. But the bombs, I don't know that they really have a side story per se. I just
Back
disabled them.
to the Batmobile for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Did it bother you at all that the left trigger was not the brake?
I did keep hitting the left trigger to brake and turning into the tank, which ended up working.
It stops you faster.
Yeah, it does.
But it was kind of annoying.
I don't know that I hit the brake even once.
Oh, really?
I think I just turned into the tank when I needed to move, like skirt sideways. For something.
Didn't say this during teasers, but I also played the Drive Club PS Plus edition.
Nice.
So I actually have been using the brake and kind of trying to drive like you would in a racing game. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But I have found myself like if I'm in battle or something, or I know I need to stop quickly, I'll instinctively hit the left trigger.
Yep.
But if I'm just kind of cruising around, I remember that that's not the brake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Muscle memory.
Kind of weird. Yeah. It's
muscle memory. Oh, one thing I wanted to compliment the PC version of this of Batman. The one thing you can compliment, I guess, about the PC version is that it's got DualShock 4 compatibility. So if you prefer to use a DualShock 4 on PC, if you plug it in, all the button prompts will be the correct button prompts, and the controller layout will be the actual controller layout, which I think is good, and I think more games should do that.
Yeah.
There's no reason at this point for you to not just put that in there, especially for multi-platform games. It's an easy thing to do, I would think.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. And then investigations are another big part of the game. One of the best parts of the game too. I don't know that they went in depth in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City as they are in this one. One thing I will bring up is one of your cohorts gets like kidnapped and you're going after this person. And I
already know about this, right?
I don't know, actually.
Okay. Go on.
It involves a car crash.
Okay, no, I don't.
All right. Yeah, so someone gets kidnapped. You're trying to figure out where this person went, so you recreate a car crash because you realize that the person was not actually in the car for the car crash. So you have to go back and you piece everything together, and as you're piecing it together, like it's in like a heads up display kind of thing where you see like exactly what happened and where the person got out and rolled, and you realize that they threw something that they would have had on them, and you track down like the velocity where that went. Well, no, yeah, throw cocaine into the bay. That part's really cool. All that stuff, because it. And I talked to you about Remember Me, Eric, that I'm going to probably play Remember Me again. And that's what reminded me of it, is backing that up and like looking for one little teeny piece of evidence that you need to scan that area for.
Yeah.
That was what made me want to play Remember Me again.
Gotcha.
It's done a lot better in Batman because it's more influential in the game. But the investigations are really well done in Batman. So.
Yeah, I always kind of like the investigations, I think. And actually, the one side mission that I did do with the villains where you had to like scan the bone and the flesh and the muscles, I think that's new.
Yeah.
I don't think you had to do that in the past game, so that was kind of cool. And just scan the whole body and look for a little piece of yellow that's a clue. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I like doing all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I really like Batman. It probably won't be my favorite game of the year, but it'll be up there. It'll definitely be in my top 5. I thought it was fantastic.
I'm having, I don't want to say a gaming funk, but I'm having like a more in-depth gaming funk.
Yeah.
Where I don't really want to get into anything right now.
I can see that.
I don't know why either.
Well, it's probably because The Witcher was a really long, in-depth game that you had to sink some time into.
Yeah.
I mean, Batman, you're looking at least, even if you're doing just the story, probably 20, 25 hours. It probably took me 35.
Yeah, that just sounds terrible right now. I just want to go home and play Rocket League or Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah. I understand that.
That sounds a lot more appealing right now to me than plugging away for 20, 30 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of the games I played this year, like Bloodborne, Witcher,
long games,
Batman. Yeah, they have all been long games, so maybe that's why.
Could be.
I don't know.
You're getting long game fatigue.
I am getting fatigue. I really am.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I mean, like you said, Dan, I do like Batman so far. I think it's just kind of the mood I've been in.
Yeah,
with
the
gaming
wrong time.
Wrong timing. And I think I really would like to avoid reading stuff about games before these games come out. It's too hard not to, but
Yeah.
man, it really can influence the way you think about stuff going in.
Yeah.
The more you read about it, because now I'm like looking for the Batmobile to piss me off.
Oh, I can
You
see
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I kind of read a lot of that stuff. I mean, I read a little bit of the reviews, but I kind of more read that stuff after I had already played the game, which I think helped because like I said, it never bothered me at all. As that beginning thing, like you said, I could see people getting frustrated with that because it does, like, you have to use every little thing that the Batmobile does in that one little section, and it does feel like they're forcing it on you. But it does, like I said, it kind of balances out after that. So
I might even be having a little Batman game fatigue.
maybe.
Because I loved the first two.
Yeah.
City and Asylum. God, Asylum was one of my favorite games. I don't know if it was last time we did our top 10, but it was on my top 10 list at some point.
Right.
I just don't know if I needed any more Batman.
Yeah. I could see that.
That could be part of it too.
Yeah.
Combat's still fucking great though.
It is good.
The hand-to-hand
really
stuff. Oh
Yeah.
man, is that good.
It's very good.
I didn't need any more Batman.
Have you had any Batman?
Yeah, I played the first one for about 15 minutes.
Arkham Asylum.
You didn't care for it, huh?
I liked it. I appreciated it for what it was, but it's not my kind of game. You know, action adventure games, they just don't do it for me.
I gotcha. But yeah, for me, I would say it's an easy console recommend.
Yeah.
Wait on PC. I haven't heard anything about. I've heard some issues are fixed, but I don't think they've re-released on Steam
That
yet.
whole thing is so funny because Giant Bomb, the two guys that played it on PC on there, both didn't have any problems.
You know what I heard? That people who put the game on solid state drives didn't have the trouble as people, because one of the main issues with the game was the way it streamed data from the hard drive or whatever to the graphics card, and that's where a lot of people were getting like slow down and stuttering issues. A lot of people that just play on solid state drives, which they probably do, didn't have the same issues. I mean, it still didn't run great, but it ran well enough to have an enjoyable experience.
I hate computers.
Well, I mean, there was an article, I think it was within the last week, that WB knew about all the problems with the PC port, and they just put it out anyway.
That they've known like for months.
They've known for months that it was a disaster. So
I hope not, but they probably did.
Yeah, well, WB is the new Ubisoft, is the new EA. So
they definitely did. Patrick Klepek had that Kotaku article.
Yep, that's what it was.
Oh, like it was a confirmed thing. That
well, at least from his sources, who one of the guys I know worked in QA, quality assurance for Warner Brothers, and said, we'd been telling Warner Brothers about these bugs for months, but they were just prioritizing the console version.
Yeah.
And at one point, the team of about 100 QA testers was made up of 90% people working on the console version and just 10%. They said they literally sent thousands of bugs on the PC version to be fixed, and they were just ignored. So
makes me want to chuckle a little bit because of all the people that are always clamoring about the PC master race.
Yeah.
But that's just me being bitter.
Well, what's funny about that, though, too, is in that same respect, there are so many threads on how to get the game working.
Yeah.
Like all these hacks and stuff you can do that the PC Master Race has, quote unquote, has like figured out and showed you what INI configuration settings to edit. And
yeah, but fuck that.
No, I totally agree with you. You shouldn't have to do that. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's pretty shitty on WB's part.
Yeah.
Pretty shitty stuff there.
Yeah, because I mean, I think I talked about this like 2 weeks ago when it first came out.
Yeah.
If they had just waited, give it 2 months to patch all the bugs, I think people would have been fine with it.
Yeah, we did have this conversation last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot.
Give people the graphics options that they wanted. Don't lock it at 30 frames per second because that's automatically going to piss PC gamers off. And don't set your spec recommendations for 30 frames per second either. That's another thing that they shouldn't do. Wait 2 months, put it out, before the fall games start coming out. I think people would have been fine with it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Kind of unrelated. I don't know if I talked about this last week, but when I was getting my Fallout 3 up to snuff on my PC with all the mods and stuff, I actually downloaded a program that let me edit the executable file to allow the game to use all 4 cores of my CPU. Versus, I guess normally it just uses 2.
I thought you normally used 1.
It could be 1.
I think it was 1.
It could be.
Yeah.
But it's just ridiculous that, I never even considered that was something you could do.
Yeah.
But at the same rate, like, people make it so seamless. If you know what you're doing, you just have this program, you right-click on the executable file, you go into the settings for it, and change a setting, and you're done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and getting a lot of older games to run, too, I've had to, like, tinker with INI files and, Republic Commando is one specific example. You've got to tinker a little bit to, and not just get it running, but have it look decent. I could run it at like 640 or 680 by 240 or whatever the lowest resolution is, and it looks like crap. But you want it 1080.
Yeah.
So,
you paid all that money for that ballin' PC.
Yeah. I don't know.
Take advantage of it.
I still can't get it to stream though. That's why I want to stream that game. I want to start streaming Star Wars games, but it's just OBS won't pick it up at all.
Really?
Yep. I've tried.
It's OBS's fault?
OBS's fault, yep.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Once I figured that, granted it took me a while to figure it out, but once I figured out that program, I haven't had an issue with it.
Yeah. It's a lot better than XSplit.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's free.
Yep.
All right. I don't think I have anything else I wanted to mention about Batman.
Too much spoilers, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should say, again, I should reiterate that some of my favorite parts of the game are the story parts, which I can't even like an early story thing that happens. I don't want to spoil it because I hate hearing spoilers myself. It pisses me off.
Especially for a game like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's important. But
probably got some twists.
Batman's
and turns
huge. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm excited to talk to you about it when we actually when you get there.
I'll try my best.
Okay.
That was my question about the game. Is that like all the good established things that make Batman so great aside, is the story the thing that really elevates it to the next level in the third game?
I think so. I think the story's really good. There's especially this one part of the story that makes it super interesting for me. Mm-hmm. And once again, I don't want to spoil it, but
yeah,
yes.
No, don't. I guess, that kind of ties into my next question. Like, is there a reason for me to play this if, I just appreciated the other ones but really had no interest in playing them?
Nah, I don't think you'd like it very much.
Okay.
I don't know that you would get far enough in the game to see the interesting psychological things going on with the game.
There's not enough Hearthstone in it.
Right. Hearthstone.
Not enough Blizzard, period.
Hearthstone or Gwent.
Well, I was just going to say, even The Witcher has Gwent, and I can't get through that.
Yeah. I couldn't play any Gwent either. I never got into it.
I mistakenly got into a Gwent game on accident and quit immediately.
Yeah. I had interest in that.
Not interested.
I didn't want to add on to my already 82 hours that I had played the game, I didn't feel that was necessary. So, okay. Well, we'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment with Nibblebits right after this. All right.
I really wish I could have played more. Fuck.
That's all right.
I know, but God. May as well not even been here, for fuck's sake.
I thought about calling in.
I literally just found Catwoman.
You probably 3 hours?
3 hours, yeah.
Okay. If you're going to blaze through the story, I think the how long to beat for the story is like 12 or 14 hours.
That's what I'm going to do.
It's not too bad.
And then it tells you to pick who you're going to rescue, kind of. Or it says you need to make a decision on who you're going to...
I don't know. Maybe because of all of the. It's probably different for me because of all the. I did all the side stuff before I ended the game.
Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it's just not as big of a deal as they made it sound.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of. Dang it! It's hard. It's hard to not spoil things.
No, yeah, I know. We'll talk about it when I get done with it.
Yeah, actually, one of I think it was Kotaku's review for Batman. They said the same thing. Like, one of the positives was spoilers.
Yeah,
and they didn't want to spoil it. So I'm like, I probably shouldn't either.
No, that's a good call, Dan. Corey, did you have to take a piss or something? You said?
Yeah, I gotta freshen up. I went to
wipe your grundle.
I was at Wing Night.
Ooh.
Oh, what kind you get?
The American wings.
What's that?
It's basically everything wings.
I always go hot, garlic, parm, crispy.
Yeah, always crispy, definitely.
I like medium breaded.
You like breaded wings?
I like breaded wings.
I never did like the breaded wings.
It was Hooters that got
I
me into the medium breaded
hated
wings.
their wings.
Did you?
Yeah.
I love their breaded wings.
Well, Dan, when I say hated their wings,
right.
As much as you can hate a chicken wing,
It's like hating pizza.
exactly.
Even really bad pizza is
It's
delightful.
better than no pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As you see, we're on the same page there.
Yep. No, me and Corey and James and Andy,
Ben writes, yeah.
we used to go over there and split 100.
Oh, God.
It made me so sick.
Sure it did. Oh, God. I'm
Well,
sure.
Fiery diarrhea.
if I remember correctly, Andy would say how he could easily eat like 50 wings or something like that. But to him, eating a wing is like biting off the biggest part of the meat and leaving the rest of the meat on the wing.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's one of those.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, you
gotta
clean those
pick it
puppies.
clean.
Yeah.
Pick it clean.
I suck every last piece of meat off of that bone.
One of the most impressive things I ever saw my dad do was the way he ate a chicken wing.
Oh.
He would stick it in his mouth,
that.
and it was literally like a vacuum.
Uh-huh.
And it'd come out of his mouth just a bone.
I
was
love
like,
that. I can never do that.
No.
I've tried. I just
No.
can't do it.
Maybe we have to be a little older.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's a skill you pick up when you hit 40.
I'm going to read something up on the internet on how to do that.
Wing eating mastery.
I
gotta
love
level
seeing
up.
people do that.
It's impressive.
It is impressive.
It's a manly looking thing. You got a beer, sit there,
Yeah.
suck down a wing.
That's great.
Riz has a friend that does it. Your friend must be at least 40 then.
No youngins are able
No.
to do that. No youngins. All right. Where's my notes? I had a lot of nibble bits this week.
I have a lot to talk about, not necessarily video game related.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Did you do the no? Are you gonna have the? Are we gonna talk?
I figured we get into that later because there was a feedback about it.
Oh, No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I did want to talk about it, mostly get Corey's opinion on what
Ryan
he thought.
Ryan wanted us
Okay.
to get into that.
Perfect.
So
Perfect. I want to know where Corey's thinking is now on No Man's Sky. It's probably not good.
I don't want to know what Corey's thinking ever.
Yeah.
It's probably just gonna piss me off.
Yeah.
I want to play Rocket League so fucking bad.
I'm gonna get it someday.
Oh, God.
$20. Cross-platform multiplayer too. Yeah. PS4. I keep saying they need to do more of that.
Yeah, they do. You're absolutely right. I got a pre-order. Excuse me. Tito just emailed feedback, Dan. So
Okay.
if you want me to read it, I will.
Sounds.
I got a pre-order Fallout soon on Xbox. I'm gonna do it digitally.
Yep.
I canceled my Pip-Boy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, order. I guess it's the digital version that comes with Fallout 3.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're just saying that right now to get you to do it digitally. I don't know what advantage it has to them, but yeah, you get a code for Fallout 3 within
Gotcha.
like 7 to 10 days. So
Did you look on like Amazon to see if a physical copy also comes with like a
I
code
haven't. I'm
for-
gonna get it digitally anyway.
Oh, okay.
Got to fill out my new hard drive.
That's true. You've got all the space
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I still have my Pip-Boy edition. I'm not going to cancel it until I'm for sure not going to get it.
I had 2 of them, one for each console pre-ordered, and I canceled both of them.
Yeah, I might even be one of those scalpers and sell it.
Yeah? I don't blame you, Dan.
Yeah, I don't want to, but
Fuck it.
yeah, I still have it. I'm probably not going to keep it.
The more I saw it, I was like, that's cool. I'm never going to use it.
Yeah, exactly. It'll sit on the shelf.
And I'm not even like a Fallout fan.
Right.
I just got caught up in the heat of the moment.
That's why I wanted to play Fallout Shelter so bad.
Right. Yeah, I played it like 3 times.
Yeah, everyone's like, although some people still love it, apparently.
It's a fun game. I just don't like mobile games.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I just can't. My interest just disappears.
I'm the same way. Same way.
No, the Pip-Boy is cool. I mean, I could definitely see why people want it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, I came to my senses there, and I was like, I don't need this.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's as much as 2 games,
Can you imagine how much Christy would pick on me if she came home and saw that thing sitting on my wrist?
Yeah.
Oh my
I can't
God.
even imagine.
She'd probably walk back out the door.
I'm out of here. Yeah. Yeah, and so I was reading a feed on it somewhere. It might have been Reddit, I don't know. But people are like, I'll probably do the same without the Pip-Boy edition. I'll just get a $5 wristband for my phone, and
There you go.
it's there,
Yeah.
Because you could still use the app. You don't need to have the Pip-Boy
Right.
to use the app.
Right.
So
Best game box item: night vision goggles in Modern Warfare 2 from Riz.
that's brilliant.
I'd love a pair of night vision goggles.
too.
I don't know what the fuck I'd do with them.
Doesn't matter. It's like
It's more practical than a Pip-Boy.
It's like on Step Brothers. I wish we had these when we're kids. Even better, we have them when we're 40. It's like that,
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. I don't know that I've ever gotten anything like useful out of a collector's edition box.
No, that's why every time I've pre-ordered one, I've always canceled it.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
Yeah, there's some cool collectibles, but like I don't have room for that stuff really, even in here in the studio.
If I had a house with like a man cave, which I went into and like she never went into,
Yeah.
that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
But she's never gonna allow me to like put statues of fucking like Batman or
Right.
Bloodborne up.
Right.
She's never gonna go for that.
Yeah. Unless you are able to swing a man cave.
I would beat off in the dark with some night vision goggles. You're right, Jake. You'd have to try it at least once.
Oh yeah, for science. That's why
Research purposes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when I finally get my hands on a VR headset,
Yeah.
well, obviously I'm going to try VR
For
pornography
science. Yep.
For science.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's going to try it.
Oh god.
Well, there's an article about the porn industry and how a lot of people think the porn industry is going to pick the winner of the VR wars.
I'm glad you said that because I watched that movie that Corey talked about.
Uh huh.
Do you remember him talking about that?
Yeah.
I want to talk about it.
I don't remember.
Do you remember what it's called?
No. Nope.
He'll know.
Yeah. He remembers that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he?
I don't know. He said he had to clean up.
I think, is he taking a shower?
I wondered if he had swamp ass or something.
Shit, shower, shave?
Little monkey butt going on there.
Shit, shave, shower? Shit,
Yeah.
shower, shave? Whatever.
I don't know.
Come on, Corey.
He's probably feeling like I felt after my road trip yesterday that we went on for work. We went to the organic farm in Rochester. It was so fucking hot outside.
I bet.
And you're walking uphill in jeans and a black polo shirt. Dan,
That's brutal.
oh my god.
They should have taken you there like in the fall when it's nice to walk around.
It was fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
It's a long walk. It's beautiful. It's like the scenery and everything because
Okay.
it's right on
Lake Ontario?
no. Canandaigua? Is that a lake?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Nice.
It's right on Canandaigua Lake, and like it just overlooks the whole thing. It's pretty much more for research than anything else.
Right.
They're trying to research like how to grow organics and then the farms that we partner with, they're giving that research to them to start producing more.
Okay.
Our organic farm really only produces for 2 stores, Canandaigua and Pittsford and Rochester. But yeah, it's more for research. It's really cool though.
Nice. That's something I would like. I would be interested in.
It's a beautiful place. It's just it would have been much better to go today.
Right.
When it was like a nice 75, 80 as opposed to fucking 95, and you could cut the humidity with a butter knife.
Ugh.
Oh man. But it was fun. We had a good time.
Nice. There he is.
That's some good laughs.
Sorry.
Fresh now?
Fresh.
All right, bud.
Shall we?
Yep.
Whoops. So far, so good on the times.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, no, never mind. Hang on.
Dan.
Try this again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 207 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in Nibblebits. Corey, take us away.
Ooh, Minecon was this past week. You guys know Minecon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, kinda.
yeah. They announced the Minecraft Windows 10 edition. It is a new game, and it will work on Windows 10 PCs and Windows 10 tablets. One of the things that I think is cool is that you can switch your input on the fly, which I guess is good for a Windows 10 device because it's specifically the tablets. You know, it's kind of one of those things that it switches on the fly, depending on where you are, what you're doing. So controller, touch, mouse, and keyboard. All viable options with Minecraft Windows 10 edition.
That's awesome.
Releases in beta July 29th, which is nice because Windows 10 comes out at the end of this month.
Same day.
Yeah, July
Same
29th.
Yeah,
It's going to roll out in waves, so some people will have it then. Some people will have to wait probably a few days or a few weeks. But
current Minecraft owners will get it for free, which is a good gesture from Microsoft.
yeah,
And if you do not, it will be $10 otherwise.
nice. Nothing wrong with that. I'm probably going to end up getting into Minecraft because I think we're going to get my son Minecraft for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
He's getting to that age where he's going to start
I'll play some Minecraft with Max.
be interested in that stuff. So
That's the weirdest thing of all time.
he's going to he'll be almost 5. around
Yeah, and he'll
Christmas.
be telling us what to do. He'll be telling us how to play.
He's already a better Minecrafter than I am.
So I will get into Minecraft at some point. Just based on that.
I have it on numerous consoles.
Devices.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever bought a Minecraft.
Me neither.
I've bought enough for all of us.
Nice.
Me and Will both.
That's right. Because you
So-
had it for the 360 and the Xbox One, and
Yeah, so if I have it on the Xbox One, will I get this new thing for free? Is that what you said?
maybe, or is it just PC version?
I think it's PC version, but I don't know.
Fair enough.
You never
quote
know
me
what kind
on
of cross.
I'm always willing to drop another $10 on Minecraft.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's good. And then details regarding the Minecraft Story Mode game, which I knew nothing about. So it's a Telltale game, but it's got its own narrative in the Minecraft universe. I pulled the synopsis for you guys. You ready?
Ready.
Jesse and his group of friends revere the legendary Order of the Stone, 4 adventurers who slayed an ender dragon. The Orders are the very best at what they do: warrior, redstone, engineer, griefer, and architect. While at EnderCon, Jesse and his friends discover that something is wrong, something dreadful. Terror is unleashed, and they must set out on a journey to find the Order of the Stone if they are to save their world from oblivion. Ooh.
Now, I had heard this is more for children. Did you get?
I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, I've heard this is for 10-year-olds who play Minecraft all the time.
I believe it. What got me was the cast. Patton Oswalt headlining.
Patton
Okay.
Oswalt, I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I like that Oswald too.
That's a good thing. I could see the game being very humorous for sure. Brian Posehn, also
Oh yeah.
in there.
Yep.
Scott Porter, who I didn't recognize, but he's done a lot of voices in video games. Speaking of Arkham Knight, he did Nightwing.
Oh.
He's the voice of Nightwing.
Gotcha.
Martha Plimpton, another name I wasn't familiar with. She's a big TV actress. She was in Raising Hope. And as far as I know, this is her first video game.
Huh.
And Dave Fennoy, who's another video game voice actor. He did Lucius Fox in Arkham Knight. And Corey Feldman, who we all know.
Yeah.
Billy West.
You got to have Billy West in a video game.
And Paul Rubens, Pee-wee himself.
Oh, cool.
So it's a pretty good voice cast.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can imagine the game just being a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
A lot of these Telltale games are a little bit
serious and dark.
Yeah, serious, or in the case of Borderlands, silly, but still
Adult silly.
adult in material. So I could see this being a fun Telltale game to get into.
Uh-huh.
Any interest in either of those? Dan, I know you mentioned you might pick up Windows 10 Edition, but
I'll definitely be getting Minecraft at some point. No, not on the Minecraft Story Edition. I mean, I've never really played it, so
yeah,
like I said, I really got the impression it was more geared towards the younger folk.
sure. I mean, I've only got I sound like a broken record, but I've only got one, maybe two Telltale games in me
Yeah.
at a time, and I really love The Walking Dead quite a bit, and I really enjoyed the Game of Thrones one, so that will probably be it for me.
I'm gonna do the Borderlands one when it's all out.
I hear that's good.
Yeah, I heard the third part especially was really good. So, and I like the Borderlands universe. So I can't wait like 3 months between those because I forget what happens.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I think that's the right way to do it.
yeah, once it all comes out, I'll
definitely.
buy it.
No interest here, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
not really
that-
for me,
yeah.
nor me. In my last little bit of info, Path of Exile's Awakening expansion has a release date. It will come out in approximately 2 days from now, July 10th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. It'll add a whole new act to the game, Act 4. I assume that takes place after the first 3 acts.
I bet you it does. Oh, it's stupid.
Also, we'll have some new skills, items, and some rebalancing tweaks. Will and I said that we keep saying we want to play Path of Exile, but we've been waiting for this expansion, which was originally supposed to drop in June, but is now coming out in just a couple of days. So
Now you have to put your money where your mouth is.
yes, maybe I too, Eric, you mentioned it in our last segment, but I'm kind of in a mood where I just have no interest in getting into a video game, and I just want in and out. You know, like I think
Quick
that's
hitters.
right. Like Hearthstone, I'll do my dailies, and that's pretty much the only video game that like calls my name constantly. Everything else is just like I'll look at it and be like, nah, I don't really want to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. And I'm even like, I think I'm even gonna buy Titanfall again on Xbox. The deluxe version's like $12 right now because they're having their big sale.
Yeah,
And like, I enjoyed what I played of it through EA Access last week when it was free. But like, I don't have the fortitude right now to get into anything.
yep.
I just need something simple and fun to play.
My lady friend is going on a 1-week vacation at the beginning of August, so that might be Witcher time. Knuckle down and
No.
no.
You know
should-
what time that is?
you
I'm gonna
sh-
tell you right now.
You shouldn't force yourself to play it too if you don't like it. You know
No.
that might be the time to figure out if you don't like it. But
Corey, you need to get with Will, and you need to get with me, and you need to play Bloodborne that week.
Yeah.
Borrow a PS4 from Will and borrow my Bloodborne. and
Bloodborne
play
is
it.
really good.
Yeah, I think I'd way rather play Bloodborne over The Witcher 3. At this
Yeah.
point, anyway.
time.
Yeah.
It's time for that to happen.
Oh, boy. That'll
See?
be a good week. I might take a day off of work.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
The simple pleasures.
that's got to happen. I also want to watch like a trilogy of movies I've never watched before or something, you know?
Geez, you've probably watched The Godfather, right?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of movies, so if
Yeah, I was
anybody
gonna
has
say-
any obscure like trilogy recommendations, send them my way because I'd be curious to watch them.
Chronicles of Narnia
I've seen 2 of those. 2? How many are there?
3.
They stopped making them, didn't they?
Voyage of the Dawn Treader wasn't very good.
Oh.
First 2 were good.
What was I read 2 of the books. The first one and the one
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe's book number 2.
Oh, then I read the second one and
Prince Caspian.
Prince Caspian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like Prince Caspian a lot more.
Yeah. They were all good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anyway.
That's all my nibbly bits.
All right. What do you got, Eric?
I got 3, Dan.
All right.
New Rayman is announced. Rayman Adventures. I thought for sure Dan would be pumped. And then today I read it's a platformer for smartphones and tablets. The trailer actually looks really good, Dan. Did you watch it?
No, I've heard. Everyone says it looks really good. It looks
does.
like Rayman
Yeah,
Legends.
It does. I guess the object, you're going through an enchanted forest and you're collecting eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So it does, though. It looks just like a Rayman game. It looks like it'd be pretty fun on a tablet. So maybe you will like it.
Maybe.
Although you were into the co-op aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
If they put it out, like, even if it is like a simplified Rayman, and they put it on consoles for like $10, I would probably buy it. You know, or PC or Wii U, I guess.
Right.
You know, or even 3DS.
We'll see what happens with that. It does look good, though, for you mobile gamers.
Yeah.
Ark Survival Evolved has hit 1 million copies or sales. Yeah, 1 million sales in early access. I know that Idaho Jake was contemplating buying it. I think he's in the chat. I don't know if he did buy it or not.
I think he did buy it.
He did buy it. I'm wondering if he had a chance to play it. Jake, if you're in there, let us know. It's a game I'm really interested in. It's getting pretty good reviews. I know one of my buddies watches it quite a bit on Twitch. Watches people play it.
Yeah, one of the Twitch streaming duos that I watch the most. That's mostly what they play is Arkham or Ark. Yeah, Arkham.
Nice. And they're enjoying it.
Oh yeah, hundreds of hours into it.
I'm gonna end up getting it.
I'm gonna get it too. I just don't have any money right now.
So that's pretty good. Hopefully that's one early access game that is not going to let everybody down.
That seems to be updated pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And I know they just released the Unreal 4 mod support for it. So
That's supposed to be coming to consoles too.
yeah.
So
Yep.
I wonder when that'll happen.
Don't know.
And my last and my most favorite nibble bit. Journey is finally coming to PS4 on July 21st. If you have never played Journey, if you were a Xbox gamer and you jumped over to PlayStation this generation and you have missed out on Journey, please do yourself a favor and play that because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I had it in my top 3. Was it number 2 for me?
Don't recall.
2 or 3 on my top 10 games ever.
Yeah.
So, just get lost in it. It's such a fucking good game.
Play it in one sitting.
Yes, and also if you did have it on PS3 and you have a PS4 now, it's cross-buy, so you do not have to buy it again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll probably play it again. And it's a quick playthrough.
Yeah. What? 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours. Play it in one sitting. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't play that in one sitting.
Right.
So, great to hear there.
All right.
That's it.
All right, my nibble bits. I'm not sure if we covered this last week, but there's been some rumors floating around that Nintendo NX will begin manufacturing this October for a release in July 2016. The report from Digitimes also said Nintendo is expecting to ship 20 million consoles in its first year.
Poof.
Yeah, that's high hopes. So,
Poof.
just rumors. I think we talked about the manufacturing. I don't think we talked about the potential release date or amounts. Apparently, Nintendo's been working with Foxconn, who is the producer of their consoles. So we'll see. I mean, I need more info. I want info. I want to know. I want to know what Nintendo's got cooking.
Definitely interested.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, we're always interested in what Nintendo's got going on here at Thumbstick Athletes.
Whether we hate it or love it, we're still interested in whatever they're doing.
Bunch of pricks.
Yep. Not long after Bandai Namco announced Tales of Zestria would release on Steam, they announced that an HD remake of Tales and Symphonia would also be coming to PC, which is fantastic.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah. I actually was vaguely aware that Tales of Zestria was coming out on Steam, but I added it to my wish list. I think it's supposed to come out in the fall. Because I really loved Tales of Symphonia. It was awesome.
Would you go back and play it again?
Oh, yeah. Who are you talking to? I go back and play the games
I
all the
don't
time.
I don't know. I don't know. Like whenever I try and do that and go back and play a game that I gave time when it came out, like I just play it for a little bit and I've fulfilled my
Yeah.
desire to play it. Like Fallout, I spent all that time getting all those Fallout 3, all that time getting all those mods up and running. Probably half a day, like 4 or 5 hours, and played it for like an hour.
You're like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
See, my problem is that I won't remember. Like, it'll be like experiencing a new game for me. A lot of it, you know.
Did it not hold up, Corey, or what was the?
No, I mean, it held up even better because I had all the mods on it, so like everything looked sharp. It was just, I don't know, like, I don't know. I think it was just because of my excitement for Fallout 4. Like, I wanted to rejoin the Fallout universe, but then you replay all that stuff that you've already seen and played before, and it's not as exciting.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because I mean, Fallout 4 would be a huge upgrade from Fallout 3. I mean, this is a little different situation with Tales of Symphonia. I played it once, like
yeah, and even that's like
6 or 7 years ago.
That's a linear RPG. I mean,
yeah, but I also I won't remember most of what happened in it. You know, I have vague recollections of some of the details and stuff, but
yeah. Was that the one with the what's the word? The visual poetry? Oh no, I'm thinking of what was that RPG that launched with the Xbox 360? Japanese one. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Not Jade Empire. Was it Jade Empire?
Jade Empire was like the martial arts RPG by BioWare.
I don't know. Maybe I'll think of it later.
Yeah. Fallout Shelter is expected to be available on Android sometime in August. No more to say about that. The second Star Wars spin-off movie has been announced and will feature the origin story of Han Solo. Taken from the Star Wars website, quote, the story focuses on how young Han Solo became a smuggler, thief, and scoundrel whom Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi first encountered in the cantina on Mos Eisley, end quote. There is no title for the movie yet, but a release date of May 25th, 2018, and will be directed by Christopher Miller and Phil Lord, who also did 21 Jump Street and the Lego Movie. So there's that. I saw in the comments on that someone said Troy Baker should be.
Oh boy.
Troy Baker should be young Han Solo.
Troy Baker is everywhere.
Troy Baker is everywhere. Yes, he is.
It's just the default suggestion.
Yeah. Although people weren't sure if he had done any screen acting or if it's just all been voice acting.
Has
and
it
I
done
don't
any screen acting?
I don't know.
I
I was gonna look it up, but I just never did. Eric's on it though.
Yes.
All right, on to our weeks. Corey, how was your week?
Good. I don't have much to talk about. I was home for the 4th of July annual 4th of July party. Drank a lot of beer, ate a lot of food. Weather was kind of iffy, but fortunately it held out, and it was good to see everybody. It was a lighter crowd than usual, but that didn't stop us from drinking beer and lighting fireworks. So it was a successful 4th of July in my eyes. Also, Dragon Ball is back, Dan.
I heard.
I watched the first episode.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, as good as fan translation of Japanese anime can be, because that's all that's out there right now.
Gotcha.
Which I don't even know. Is that legal?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. One of those things probably where nobody's watching.
I would say probably not.
Yeah.
But
anyway, I watched it. It's really interesting. It takes place after the Majin Buu saga, which I never watched.
I never ended up getting that far. I don't know that they had all those. Did they have all those when we were into it?
No, not when we were into it. That was later.
Okay. It was after.
But they definitely came to the West at some point.
Right.
But it was, after we watched it. I think
the furthest I got was Cell Saga.
Yep, Cell, yeah. That's about when I stopped. And I don't know, I think Majin Buu was right after that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The world's kind of settled down and Goku's a farmer. It's pretty interesting just to see all those characters living normal lives. But nothing really too crazy happened. Goku wants to go training, and that's pretty much the gist of the episode.
Uh-huh.
But
They're gonna go back to a whole episode of nothing happening.
I really hope not.
I'm still so mad at you guys for wanting to watch fucking Dragon Ball Z instead of going to play hockey.
Eric, you have no idea.
What?
It was on it. Wasn't it on at like 4?
It's 4 or 5.
Right after school.
Yeah.
And I used to have to wait for you guys to watch that before we could go play hockey.
Yep.
God
So
damn
good.
it.
It was so good. I looked forward to every. It was like a soap opera for us.
Oh yeah.
You had to watch it every day because if you missed one, forget about it.
Even though nothing really happened in a while, so they spent an entire episode charging
Spirit Ball.
power. Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that. Knights of Sidonia, the anime I recommended last year on Netflix.
Season 2.
Season 2 is out, and I watched the first episode of that. That's still really good. I'm trying to watch it. Last season I watched the English, but now I'm watching Japanese with English subtitles.
Uh-huh.
And I always find that the Japanese voice acting is way better.
Cool.
Even though you can't understand what they're saying. I think it just, I don't know, it brings out the characters a lot more.
Yeah. I never minded watching things with subtitles anyway.
No, not at all. It's not, I'd never want to see something, well, it's hard to explain. If I can't devote my attention to something, then I can't, obviously I can't watch something with subtitles. And a lot of times that's the case. Like I'm doing 2 things at once, so I can't.
Oh, I can't do that
with
anyway.
subtitles. Yeah. So I have to sit down and dedicate a solid chunk to watching these things, but I think they're better for it. But I still recommend that. It's really good. It's the gist of it is that they're on a generation ship trying to save humanity, essentially.
Yeah, I am gonna watch that. It's on my Netflix list.
It's
But once again, I can't like I have to watch it or I have to do something else. Like I'm not multitasking.
yeah.
Good at that. So
But that was, I mean, I've just been running around. We're house sitting for 3 weeks
wow.
for my girlfriend's aunt. They have the weirdest dog in the world.
What kind of dog is it?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Stupid.
What's weird about it?
It's a good dog. It's never excited about anything. And I've played catch.
I'd say sounds like me.
I've played fetch with it 3 times. And all 3 times, I threw the ball twice. He retrieves it and drops it behind a tree on the opposite end of where I'm standing.
I like it.
The 3rd time I throw the ball, he doesn't go after it. And that's it. He's done.
Every time that happens.
Every time. And it's weird because I can stand on one side of the tree and he'll throw it and retrieve it and drop it on the opposite end of the tree from where I am. And then I'll switch sides and he'll go and drop it on the other side of the tree. It's bizarre.
He's making you go get it too.
He's brilliant is what he is.
I don't know what his deal is. And then he's done it. We've been there 3 nights. All 3 nights at about 8 p.m. he gets real randy and just humps anything. Which is fine, you know, like I'll shoo him away, put him in his crate, put him outside, but he'll just continue to hump the thing for easily 20 minutes.
Wow. He's a fucking steed. 20 minutes.
Yeah. I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. Like I looked out the window at one point and he was just kind of doing his thing. No little red rocket or anything, just going through the motions. I assume he's been snipped.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is our first Red Rocket mentioned, by the way, in 4 years.
I looked out the window 20 minutes later. He's still humping the chair outside, like looking at me, and I'm like, dude, pull it together, man.
He's like, check me out, Corey. Look at this stamina.
Yeah, it's the weirdest dog I've ever met in my life.
Nice.
And he can't eat anything except a very specific kind of dog food, so he eats that and ice cubes.
Wow. He's like a little human.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fucking weird one, though.
I'm wondering if part of the problem is his routines are so messed up, and maybe that's the routine. Like, the owner comes home and throws the ball 3 times, and then that's it. You know?
Yeah, could be.
So
yeah, he might just be freaked out. Like, do they go away a lot, or no?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, he could just be freaked out.
Yeah, and they're gone for 3 weeks, so I kind of feel bad for the dog. But my girlfriend's she's a dog lover, and I could never harm another living being. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of empathy towards animals just for that reason.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would rather harm a human than a dog.
Yeah.
Me too. Most cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's been my week.
Steady in the chat says the trick is to throw the ball directly at the dog.
No, he's making you fetch it, is what he's doing. And then when he realizes that you're not understanding, that's when he gives up.
Yeah, he's like,
This guy's an idiot.
this stupid human can't play this game.
Sorry, Riz is cracking me up in the chat. He said, Corey talks about the dog humping a chair. Eric says that reminds him of humans.
Nice.
God.
All right. What else you got, Corey?
Nothing.
All right. What do you got, Eric?
Oh, God, I've been away for 2 weeks. I was away down in Virginia. We opened up a new store with the company that I work for in Alexandria, Virginia. So they do store openings where they get help from other stores, from experienced people and stuff like that. Put you up in a hotel. So I was down there for just about a week. I stayed an extra day because I have a buddy that lives down there. Jeff, who I've always talked about, I play FIFA with, he lives in Alexandria. I fucking love that place so much. I highly recommend going there for a vacation. It's a real historical place, really close to DC too.
Say outside of DC.
You could spend a whole day in Alexandria itself too, though. Old Town is a really, really nice area. I think the park I went to is called Founders Park. Beautiful. It's right along the Potomac River. So many different places to eat. Just so beautiful down there. A lot of old houses. But yeah, so I was down there, had a good time. The one thing that sucks, though, is that they always pair you up with a roommate. And my roommate was really fucking weird, which sucked.
Yeah.
So I tried to stay out of my hotel room as much as I possibly could. But other than that, it was a good time. I'm really looking forward to moving down there. I have an interview in a couple weeks. So, but yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I would be remiss if I did not congratulate the U.S. women's soccer team on the World Cup victory. Round of applause worthy, gentlemen.
Well done.
Yeah, that is their third World Cup. I think it's been 16 years since they won.
First since 1999.
Yeah. But man, they really played a great game. Hat trick in the first 15 minutes. Man, Carly Lloyd, I think it was, that scored the hat trick. She scored one from half field, which was incredible. Not the goal itself, but the presence of mind. She had a touch past the defender that I thought was more impressive, to get it past the defender and then to look up and see how far out the goalie was and to just hit it from half field. It was incredible. But yeah, I don't know. I had a really good couple of weeks off. A nice, I wouldn't say vacation in Virginia, but I love that area so much. I went down and looked at one of the areas, Charlottesville, that I might be moving to. Didn't necessarily care for the city too much, but I liked the outskirts where it was more country. That was really nice. A lot of cool horse stables and shit like that. But yeah, I think the rest of the stuff I want to talk about. Oh no, Corey, there was one other thing. What was that documentary called on Netflix about the girls that want to be porn stars?
Hot Girls Wanted.
Hot Girls Wanted. Corey had mentioned that he watched that. So I watched it with my fiance. Man, is that fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
I felt dirty afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch that, I don't think.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
You feel bad for these girls, but at the same time, like, you don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of know what you're getting into. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're being taken advantage of, but it didn't seem like they were.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I think nobody's forcing them to be there, and I think they go in with aspirations that most of them won't attain, and it's like anything else. You just give up after a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, after a short while.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's not for... It's not a fun watch, so don't watch it if you're looking for something fun to watch.
Yeah, usually when I want to watch something, it's
disturbing,
fun.
And I can imagine, like, if I had a daughter, I'd be like, I'm not gonna watch this.
Don't want to know.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would recommend it. I guess if you're interested in like some amateur porn background and what goes on with that, then maybe you want to watch it. But wasn't for me, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I think other than that, everything else is for later on.
Uh-huh.
What I played. A little No Man's Sky talk later.
Yep.
Oh, I never got a chance to watch that video.
Shit.
I read a little bit about it though.
Corey, god damn it.
Dan was so excited to see what you thought about it.
What?
He's mentioned it to me 3 times since I got here.
Well, maybe you should mention it to me more than once.
Oh my god.
You
You're
need
right.
to say, Corey, please watch this video so we can discuss it.
Watch it now.
Eh.
Anyway, we'll call it up in the thing. We're not gonna be talking too much games. Just put it on the. It's on IGN.
All right.
My week, same as Corey. 4th of July. They're definitely not for me as fun as they used to be, because a lot of it is work, chasing around children and making sure they're fed and not hurting themselves and that sort of stuff. So I'm always exhausted at the end of a day like that. And then the next day we had a barbecue at our neighbor's house with some of the other families around the area, and I tried, which Eric had talked about on the 4th of July, root beer.
Yeah, it's called Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Not Your Father's Root Beer. Yep. One of my neighbors had bought some, so I tried it, and it was fantastic. It tasted exactly like root beer. Very little. There was no. I didn't get any like alcohol taste. Did you, Eric?
Very little.
Eric talked about like at the end of the taste. It tastes a little bit like for me. It tasted like diet root beer. A little bit the aftertaste.
Yeah, something weird.
Like a diet taste, but other than that, like it tastes exactly like root beer, and it's fantastic. I don't know if that's a local thing or not, but
I don't think so.
yeah, definitely get some of that. It's really.
I was at a
freaking good.
bar last night and they were selling it.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like just a new thing.
Yeah, I think it is a new thing.
I believe it is. It's one of those things that's going to take off like wildfire, though.
It's got 6%
Probably.
alcohol.
Yeah, it'll sneak up on you.
It's not one you'd want to sit there and get drunk off of, though, is it?
I probably could.
Too sweet, no? I mean, I've never had it, so I don't know. I'm asking.
No, I thought it was all right.
I could probably get hammed on it.
Especially if you're not paying attention. If you're like,
Drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
No, it's not that sweet.
it's not. No.
Smirnoff?
No.
No. No.
Have you not had it, Corey?
No.
No, it's not that sweet.
Yeah. It tastes like unsweetened root beer.
Oh, okay. That sounds good
No,
then.
it's got a little sweetness to it, but nothing over the top.
Okay.
But that's all I had going on, I think. Yeah. Anyway, what we played, Eric.
Is it time for what we played,
Yeah,
Dan?
what'd you play?
Oh God, I played a couple of new things. I'll talk briefly about Freedom Wars just because I played it briefly. Like I said, I went to that Founders Park in Alexandria. Took my Vita down there with me. Vita's really good, except for if you're in sunlight, you can't see a damn thing on the screen.
I think that's most things, right?
Yeah, that kind of sucks. So I had to sit in the shade, find a shaded area. Freedom Wars is really cool. I didn't play too awful much of it, just because I had to, move around, and I had to go to work later, so I was trying to get back on time. But it's, I think you'd like it, Dan. It seems like it's got some Monster Hunter to it,
Okay.
and it's very much about like being under control of the government. Like you get sentenced to like 100,000 years of service because you moved too much
Really?
in your jail cell.
Huh.
Yeah, like it's pretty funny how that works. But the combat's pretty fun. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, different weapons and things like that, grenades. It's a pretty nice little game for a handheld system. So I'd like to keep playing it. It's something I don't know when I ever will. I got it for dirt cheap. So I did Will end up buying that? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Shit,
I
because
think you forgot.
I know there's a good multiplayer portion to it, and you actually play for a city. I can't remember what it's called on there. They don't call it a city, but so I picked New York City because it was the closest one to where we live. But yeah, that's who I play for on there, and that ties into the multiplayer somehow. I haven't played the multiplayer, so I'm not really sure. But I'm assuming you like rank up points. I don't know if it's anything like Planet Side or something like that.
Right.
But it's really fun little Vita game if you have one. What else did I play? Oh, I played Drive Club. The PS Plus edition finally has come out.
Yeah, after much ado.
2 years later.
Almost 2 years, year and a half, yeah.
Yeah. I really like Drive Club. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a racing game purist, so pardon me if I don't know how well other games handle. It handles pretty well, I feel like. I'm really bad at it. Mm-hmm. But the graphics, the dynamic weather is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, just driving around in the rain and then it turns to like sleet. It's cool because the one match I did, it started off like sunny weather and it just progressively got worse and worse. And like your wipers are going and it just looks so good. I haven't done photo mode yet, but we'll see how that goes. The graphics are really good on it. I don't know. I've really enjoyed my time with it.
Nice.
It took forever to download. It's a big install.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Like 50 gigabytes big or?
25.
25, okay.
And my internet has been so shitty lately.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people complaining that PSN has been really slow.
Yeah, it's been in and out. Yeah.
So I don't know. That could have had something to do with it. But yeah, Drive Club. I mean, check it out. It's free right now on PS Plus. You might as well.
What did you do?
What do you mean?
Like, what did you do in it?
Race.
It's a racing game.
Like other people?
I did both, yeah.
Huh.
It's pretty limited for the Plus edition for what you can do. You can only do one circuit. I think it's in India, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I did some online racing. I got my ass thoroughly kicked. It's tough, man, when you get behind. But I'm assuming a lot of those people have been playing it for a while, so they probably have the field on. Maybe have more cars unlocked and stuff like that. I'm mulling over buying the full edition for $25. I don't know. I can't decide if I want that or Forza Horizon 2. Mm-hmm. It's going to be one or the other. So, but yeah, definitely try it. It did, like I said, it took me some digging to find the PS Plus edition on the PSN store because I did it on my phone. So I don't know if it's quite as bad if you do it right from your PS4. Because the free edition just didn't pop up. It was like the regular Drive Club edition for $25, and I was like, shit, they didn't actually put it for free. They just put it on super sale.
Yeah.
And I was pissed, but then I did find it. So give it a whirl. What else did I play, Dan? Oh, I bought Smash Brothers for 3DS. That's what I bought that when I went down to Virginia, and it's really fun, man. The only thing that sucks is I was playing online, and the hotel internet was so bad.
Yeah.
A lot of my matches were really choppy, which sucked, but it's Smash Brothers. I really liked it. It controlled well when the internet was running well.
Yeah.
I actually won a couple online matches, which was nice. I was surprised about that.
As Pac-Man?
Pac-Man, all the way. I think that's the only character I used online. I tried a couple other characters offline that I don't often use. Maybe some of the Fire Emblem guys. I was using a lot of characters with swords.
Like Shulk.
Yeah, I like Little Mac a lot, too. But, man, it's a bastard playing with him because his recovery is so bad.
Right.
He barely even has one. But, yeah, I know Jay Passetti in the chat was asking about 3DS Smash Brothers. It's really good. I definitely recommend it if you're a Smash Brothers fan. There's no reason not to get it if you have a 3DS. All the new characters are out. I priced it out if you don't buy the bundles because I'm not interested in any of the Mii skins.
Right.
If you just buy the characters, Ryu, Lucas.
Mewtwo.
I didn't include Mewtwo.
Okay.
But that's $5.
Yeah.
So if you buy Mewtwo and the 3 other characters and they come with maps, if you buy the characters, Ryu does, it'll come out to like $26. So that's not bad, I guess. You know, you're getting a couple maps in there too, so that's not too bad.
Especially if you're a big fan of the series, you know.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Have it on the go. And, I did want to talk more about Heroes of Storm. I'll keep it as brief as I can. New hero came out, the Butcher from the Diablo series. The Butcher is awesome. He's a melee assassin, which is not something I've really played. There's only one other melee assassin in the game, Thrall.
Kerrigan?
Thrall. She's melee too, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I played like one or two matches as Kerrigan.
Yeah. I like to stay back and use ranged assassins, but the Butcher is overpowered in my opinion. He doles out a lot of damage and he's got a really good heal that he does himself. So he's tough to kill and he will kill you awfully quickly. So teams need to definitely focus the Butcher when he's around. But he's really fun. It's hard though because he's such a big character that you feel like you should be the tank, but you're not,
Right.
because you're an assassin. You're kind of squishy. Luckily, you have the heal, but it's hard not to just dive in there because he's so big. And you feel like you can take the damage. But more importantly, the new map came out, which is a Diablo-themed map. Half is heaven, half is hell. And the mechanic for this map is there's a timer that runs down, and heaven and hell, each side has a god that pops up, and they fight each other. So what ends up happening is basically a big team fight will break out in the middle, and you have to protect your god and also attack their god. And whichever team kills the other god first, then their own god will go and attack the other team's forts and things of that nature. And depending on how low your health is, he'll start with full health, and whatever health he had left will then equate to a shield. So, if you can keep full health, you're going to have a full shield followed by a full health bar, and it can do a lot of damage.
And help you push.
Yeah, and the map is gorgeous, and it's really big, and it's easily my favorite map, and I know that Will said the same thing when I played with him. So fucking good. I love that game so much. It's so fun when you're playing well. I actually got to play with Tito this week.
Nice.
That was a good time. Tito and I played some Hero League.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm down to rank 40 now.
Nice.
So, yeah, we did well. I think we played 3 games together. I think we won 2 and lost 1. We got our asses kicked in one of the games. Tito and my buddy Alex played. But yeah, we had a nice win there the last game. It was a good time. So, I think other than that, I did want to mention I got new hard drives for my consoles. I forgot to mention that. I got one for each, the Xbox One and the PS4. If you're interested in what I got when you're gonna upgrade, just let us know.
Yeah.
And I will. What do you remember what I got? Western Digital.
Digital, yeah, 2 terabyte for the
2 terabyte for the Xbox One external.
The external one. Did you get 2 terabyte for the external one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
My Passport, is that?
Yeah.
Passport. Western Digital Passport, 2 terabyte. That was suggested by a lot of people, including Dan. So
that's the one
what
I
got.
had bookmarked for. That's the one I'm going to get for my Wii U.
Yeah.
So.
And then I got a 2 terabyte Samsung Seagate for my PS4. Which was another one that was suggested by IGN and a couple other people. I put a post up on Reddit, and 2 people suggested that one, and also on Facebook. It was under $200 for both of them together, so that's not too bad at all. Got them both on Amazon. So I'm not looking forward to trying to put my PS4 one in because I am not good at that kind of stuff, but I'm going to try my damnedest to do it.
If you need my help, just let me know.
You know how it goes. Yeah, we'll see.
Like I said, I can help with the hardware installation. Software, not so much.
Yeah. I think the hardware is the easy part.
The hardware is the easy
just
part.
kind of pops in. Right?
Yep. Yeah, you just pop off that left-hand side, and there's like a tray that comes out.
Will had mentioned this, but from everything that I've read, I've watched some videos and read up. I guess the most important and toughest part is to make sure you find the proper software update. You have to put it on a thumb drive.
Thumb drive, yeah.
But finding the proper one is the trick. So we'll see. See how that goes.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's it for me, Dan.
Okay. I played a couple things this week. I started BioShock Infinite again. It's time for my yearly BioShock Infinite playthrough. One thing, I'm not going to talk about BioShock Infinite. I've talked about it enough. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. But when I get done with BioShock Infinite, I'm going to play the Burial Sea DLC, which I have not played yet. So I'll report a little more in depth on that. Very interested in playing that. So the only other thing I played a lot of this week was Splatoon. Playing through the single player mode.
Okay, how's that?
It's cool. It's not nothing groundbreaking, but you play as an inkling agent who need to collect I think they're called Zapfish, that the Octo something or others. The story is it's not it's a fun puzzle platformer, like 3D puzzle platformer. It reminds me a little bit of Portal, without the amazing level design, but it's kind of fun. I think it's probably taken me 4 hours so far. I'll probably have it beaten in another hour and a half. And then lots of online too with Splatoon.
Did
which
you
is a lot
play
of
the
fun.
new tower mode?
No, I haven't
Tower
tried the tower
defense?
mode. I've only done. I'm rank 11 now, almost 12, so I can do ranked matches. I haven't tried it yet though.
Ranked is better.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I saw an article today saying that tower defense mode is the best mode.
Oh, is it?
That's
oh,
what.
good.
That's. I think it was Destructoid or something. I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. Actually, one of the good things that the story mode did for me is help with my aim.
Yeah.
Not being, first-person shooters now, I really have a hard time when it's with a controller. But that really helped me with like aiming and all the different weapons and stuff. So I think I can go into the game and use something other than a roller, which will be nice.
That's all I use.
Yeah, I've only upgraded my rollers, but I think I want to try some of the other weapons and see how I do with them. Now that I'll feel a little more confident. But Splatoon's an awesome game.
Agreed.
I'm loving it. I should have both.
We should play.
We should. You're absolutely right. I should have both BioShock Infinite and Splatoon beat by next week. I'll give you a little more of a report
Cool.
on those. So that's everything. You didn't play anything, right, Corey?
No, just Hearthstone and nothing
Did you want to
refreshing
talk about it? Okay.
Nah.
Sounds good. All right, let's get into feedback, shall we?
Why not, Dan?
Let me just write down the time.
You want me to read the gentlemanly email
Oh, you got it up?
from Johnny P?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, go for it.
So is there a microphone near the headphones or something?
No, they're all muted.
I'm echoing way too clearly.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? So John is our E3 correspondent in the field. He, the last couple years, has come on to talk about E3.
I think this would be his second year, right?
Yeah.
Was supposed to be on our recap episode, but abandoned us. But anyway, he sent in a lengthy email about the games that he played. So if we're looking for validation on anything, this might help a little bit. So John says, I was lucky enough to spend 2 days at E3 this year, Tuesday and Wednesday. As always, it's an amazing experience, but from my 3 times going so far, this was personally my least favorite. Not because of the lineup, which I felt was the best in many years, but because I don't feel like I prepared well enough by literally missing all of the keynotes and most every announcement before I actually went. So I was really going in blind and didn't have a very good game plan. I knew which games I wanted to check out from the headlines and did my best to see those, but there were many new projects announced that I just completely glazed over and was kicking myself for seeing. With that said, I still thoroughly enjoyed it and can talk about the things I got to try out. First day, after initially waiting in the Oculus Rift line for 30 minutes and realizing I hadn't moved more than a foot with 200 people ahead of me, I went over to Nintendo and tried out The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. Yeah, I wouldn't wait in line very long. As much as I want to get my hands on the Oculus, waiting in line is my biggest like hate in life is having to wait in a line of people for something. I will go to great lengths to avoid that.
Yep, I'm with you.
I went over to Nintendo and tried out The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. This is one of my top plays this year at E3. Top play.
Really?
It's pretty reminiscent of the Four Swords, but brings out the team play aspect much more. Due to the nature of E3, there's always an awkward first couple of minutes with any team experience, but this game was so easy to just pick up, figure out, and start working together right off the bat. It's very satisfying going through these dungeons and piecing together the puzzles with other players, figuring out how to reach certain areas, hitting specific switches, and defeating the bosses. Definitely a must-buy, in my opinion, if you have a group of friends to enjoy with. That kind of makes total sense, because that's one of the luxuries of Nintendo and their games is everybody is familiar with the Zelda mechanics.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And a game like this that relies on multiplayer and group puzzle solving, it's a boon.
Yeah.
So I could totally understand that. I'm surprised that he said it was one of his plays of the show, though.
Yeah.
A game that none of us were...
me at all.
Yeah, none of us were super interested in.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta get your hands on.
I talked about this a little bit, but Nintendo stuff, like the stuff that they showed during their Nintendo Direct, mostly looked terrible. But when they went back and on the Treehouse showed the stuff, it all looked better than the Nintendo Direct. I think that's an example of that.
Sure.
It's a lot more interesting once you get to see all the game mechanics and stuff. And I still have no interest in it, but
yeah, same.
It's I think that's the situation.
It does help to hear from someone who's played it though. Like, I really enjoyed it, especially someone I've been friends with forever.
Right.
And it's enough for me to say, okay, maybe I'll give this game a chance because
maybe there's something about it.
Somebody whose opinion matters to me seems to really enjoy it. So, maybe I am missing out on something.
My one of my favorite video game podcasts is a Nintendo-based one, and I really respect their opinion a lot. Those guys are super good at their job on the podcast, and even they were like, this game is not great or what anybody wants.
Yeah.
So I'm not interested at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next game up was Battlefront for the PS4. The damn game is a thing of beauty. It looks amazing and plays quite well. I played a co-op mission with another dude who refused to speak to me, so we did pretty miserably, but I still had a good time. The controls are a little slower paced, so it took me a while to get the hang of it. Not much else to say about gameplay than the videos can't show, but also a top contender for my money and social life. That makes me happy to hear.
Yeah.
And I know it's a small note, and he says the controls are a little slower paced. That, to me, is like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, we sort of talked a little bit about it, but it's not your competitive shooter, in my opinion. From what I've seen, it looks to me like a shooter in the Star Wars universe, and the draw is the Star Wars-y stuff.
Yeah.
And it could be very solid mechanically without being super fast and competitive.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's wishful thinking, but that's the vibe I'm kind of getting. I'm losing track of the order I played games, so I'll just list them with thoughts here. Rainbow Six Siege. I've been a huge Rainbow Six fan since the first game. I can attest to that.
Yeah, I remember talking to John at length about Rainbow Six, but anyway.
Yes. Which I played on GameSpy's original online service. We're going way back now. So this was a must-try for me. All in all, it's pretty tight, and while I feel it sacrifices some of the realism that the series is really known for, it packs enough gimmicks and strategy to draw me in and wanting to play more. Team strategy is pretty diverse, which keeps each match equally as so, making it fresh and exciting each time around. Again, this is like the best note I could see for this game, because it hits on all the stuff that I would want out of Rainbow Six Siege. He says it sacrifices some of the realism, which I'm okay with, to pack in some gimmicks, some hooky gimmicks that you can get into, and strategy, another thing that I can get into. And he also mentions the team strategy aspect, which I think is important and something I'm interested in. Any thoughts from you guys before I move along?
Nada.
No, that one's definitely on my radar.
The Division. I've been excited for this game since day one. I waited an hour and a half to play it and almost did so again right after. I've been reading some articles about the game potentially going the way of Watch Dogs and not delivering on all the promises of the past year, but having played it, I believe it will stand on its own. It's another heavy team play experience, which I feel opens up in a unique way with its types of objectives and character abilities. It plays similar to a Gears of War, third-person, duck behind cover, revive teammates playstyle, but this time you have an entire city to explore and an RPG-ish, looting, exploring vibe to encase the whole experience. The demo we got to try was pretty scripted, but gave you an idea of how the more open world will be and the uncertainty of what you'll come across in not only regards to NPCs, but also other players. I see this game becoming a kind of social gamer experience similar to DayZ and its community, where it's less about this fictional virus containment epidemic and more about how players react to one another and shape the gameplay around them. Though Ubisoft will have a much more polished game and probably a tighter leash on things to incentivize their ample amounts of DLC, which I'm sure will plague the life of this IP. Sigh. So good notes for The Division, with the caveat that Ubisoft might screw it up.
It's too bad. That's what we're afraid of.
I'm pumped for The Division. I still remain skeptical that it's even going to come out.
Okay.
But
I mean, he makes it seem like he seems like it's going to be good.
I'll believe it when I see it.
But he does say it's pretty scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's right though. I think that the fun of that game is going to be how your interactions take place with other people.
Yeah.
Like, do you turn on each other and take
Right.
each other's loot, or do you just say, fuck it, I've got something really good, I don't want to risk losing it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I'm starting to wonder if John plagiarized this. It's too eloquent.
I was going to say, it's well written.
No, he's a
Maybe
smart man.
Well, that, and maybe he's probably spent some time, refining.
Could very well be. Fable Legends. I played this last year. Seems like much of the same game. Still enjoy it. They just need to release it already. I'm kind of excited for that.
Yeah, it's coming out this year, right?
It's PC, right?
Yeah, is it coming out when? Is it coming out in the summer?
Let me look.
New Windows 10.
When this comes out?
That'd be cool. That would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know that we ever got a release date for it, but
I still don't think there is one.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
It says 2015.
we're gonna play it because it's gonna be free to play. So
Yeah, definitely play it.
Wait. October 16th.
okay.
Oh. Star Fox. Sorry.
Cross-platform multiplayer. Go ahead.
Star Fox, the last game I played for 2 minutes, frowny face, had fun but can't say much more than do a barrel roll.
Huh.
Mighty Number 9 was big into Mega Man as a kid, and this is a very nostalgic game. It's everything a Mega Man fan could hope for, and you're a stupid fucking idiot if you don't buy this game, regardless if you even play video games. Support the true artists of this world and throw money at this game. Already feels like a finished product. Great gameplay, nice story, great graphics. Just get it.
Yeah, that's a buy for me. Definitely.
Coming from a big Mega Man fan.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but I've had my eye on that one for a while.
Yeah, people seem to be pretty excited for Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
Games I didn't play but was quite impressed with: Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain. I played Metal Gear Solid as well as Sons of Liberty, but stopped after that one. The series just got too soap opera for me. John, that's not fair. So I gave up. However, the video demo for this looks amazing, so I picked up the first chapter of MGS5 on Steam and really enjoyed it. We'll probably pick this up too, though some portions of this game will probably have me scratching my head from what I've seen. Crazy Japanese. That's fair, I guess. Kill Strain. Does anybody know anything about Kill Strain?
No.
Well,
Haven't heard of that.
We're going to find out. This PS4 exclusive is my biggest surprise of E3. I didn't get a chance to play, but watched others enjoy the experience, and I did some more research afterwards. It's a Dota-esque top-down shooter with 3 teams of 5 v2 v5. 2 teams of 5 humans and a team of 2 mutants to start. Every team has a base and tries to eliminate the other team or their base. The really clever twist here is that the mutants can turn any human into a mutant and bring them over to their team. What's that game mode?
That sounds interesting.
Vampires? Wasn't that that's a game
That
mode
was
in
on
some
that was on
shooters.
Halo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One of the Halos.
The action looked fast and frantic and really has me wanting a PS4 to play this. I'm just hoping it picks up enough and can branch out of exclusivity.
You want me to read the brief description on the website?
Sure.
Killstrain is a PS4 top-down action shooter game with a momentum twist where 3 teams are pitted against each other in 5v2 v5 gameplay. 2 opposing human teams compete over resources with the ultimate goal of destroying either of their 2 enemy bases while fighting off a 3rd team of mutants who are fighting to infect and turn the enemies into mutated allies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Sounds interesting.
It
Does
does
sound
sound interesting.
You see some gameplay of that.
Sword Coast Legends, D&D based game that I heard about but didn't get to see anything for. It seems reminiscent of Neverwinter Nights, which I loved, worth keeping an eye on. Another one I don't think we saw anything for, did we?
No,
Having not been there?
I've heard the name floating around
Okay.
for a while, but that's about it.
All you have to say is D&D based, and I have an interest.
Yeah, my ears perk up.
Yep, that's all it takes. Other games I've recently stumbled upon: Speedrunner. Check this out. It's on Steam. 4-player 2D foot race game with grappling hooks, obstacles, traps, and more. Great party game that you guys should stream sometime. He actually recommended this game to me while he was there at E3, and I checked it out on Steam and put it on my wish list. But I have to discover some money before I buy anything.
What's it called?
Speedrunner.
I think I put that on my wish list a while ago with the thought of us streaming it in mind.
There you go. Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah, during a sale, I put it on my wish list.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can convince Will to buy it, and I can family share.
There you go.
Dirty Bomb, just picked this up and love it. It's a class-based first-person shooter like Team Fortress with a Counter-Strike feel. I'm a big fan of the objectives, and they have a number of different classes that you can customize loadouts for. It's still in beta, so more features to come. I've heard a little bit about Dirty Bomb.
Yeah, a lot of people like Dirty Bomb.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular on the Twitch watch list, Twitch games list too. It's usually in the top like 15.
I think Riz suggested it to us weeks ago. I downloaded it, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, a lot of people like it.
Sorry for how disconnected and sloppy this is, but I hope it gives you some material to go over, and if not, then fuck you. Love, John. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Always a pleasure. It's nice to have our own exclusive source.
Yeah.
From the floor.
Yep.
Hey, just throwing it out there. There's a free demo for speedrunners on Steam.
I know what I'm doing.
Nice. Okay. Shall we? Feedback?
Yes. Do you want me to read Tito's first?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Via email. Hey guys, it's Tito from LA. I had a lot of fun playing with Eric on some Heroes of the Storm. I haven't touched League of Legends much. Heroes is a nice game to play every once in a while. Trying to save up enough gold to buy the Butcher. You're a better man than I, Tito, because I just opened up the pocketbook.
What's the Butcher run? 10K?
10,000 gold.
Yeah.
Which is $10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad.
Oh, he might be more, though. New characters are usually
15.
a little bit more, yeah.
12 or 15?
Yeah, 12 or 15. Anywho, recently I bought the Sony Gold wireless headset. I highly recommend it. It works on my PC, and I even got it to work on the Xbox One. That's funny. Very slick. It just works. A lot of people have recommended it, and I am now one of those people. The main reason I bought the Sony Gold headset is because I wanted to go back to playing on my mouse and keyboard, but still chat on the PS4. So I bought a device called the XIM4, spelled XIM4, which allows you to use mouse and keyboard on consoles. It took a little time to get it set up and have everything calibrated the way I wanted it, where it was comfortable, but the last couple days I think I'm getting used to mouse and keyboard again, and was doing pretty well in Destiny PvP. Nothing where I'm absolutely destroying people, but I think with time I'll get back to my teenage days of playing Unreal, Quake, and Halo on the PC because I just aim better with a mouse. I also bought a new mouse, the Logitech G502 Proteus Core for the XM4, and man, do I love that mouse. It's fantastic, and I think it's the best mouse on the market today.
Tito, I've got the G402 Hyperion Fury, which is a step below his, and I love it.
What does that mouse run, do you know?
The one Tito got, I think, is like 60. You can get on sale for like 55 sometimes.
Okay.
And I got for like 35 on a sale.
I just popped a mini boner reading ahead in this email.
Yeah.
Last thing, I've become obsessed with No Man's Sky. IGN and Game Informer had some great stuff on the game the last few months, and especially this month, so I'm learning as much as I want to learn, which is almost everything. One cool idea that Sean Murray, co-founder of Hello Games, was talking about when it comes to meeting other players in the universe. He didn't want to have a notification for the player saying there was a player nearby. He wants a moment where the player may see something moving and you wonder to yourself for a moment, did I just see, or what was that? You know, like a surprise. So he describes it as the moment Jack from Lost thinks he sees his dad on the island. I thought that was such a cool idea. Another thing I like to do in the game is leave a bunch of random messages on planets. So in the event a player finds my message 10 years later, he'll read, Nancy, I'm sorry. What have I done?
Nice.
And then he added on to that email another No Man's Sky message I'd leave. We used to be so happy here. Used to. And there'd be all these burial mounds I'd create in a large field just to make players come up with their own stories as to what happened here.
That's awesome. Is he done? Is that done?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. I never even thought about that angle of leaving
Dark Souls-esque messages.
Yeah, but like
Role
just
play a little bit.
leaving anything, and I never even thought about that, but that's a great idea.
Yes.
Leaving something to know that someone was there. It's awesome.
Can you leave a little bread trail, like leave where you're gonna go next? That would be cool.
Yeah, because you can use your gun to essentially write things like in the ground.
Just imagine tracking someone through the universe.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, I think that there's a lot of stuff they want to do with this game. and I think that it seems like they're going to be pretty open to ideas from the community and make, some good additions to it. So, if that's something a lot of people want, I could definitely see them doing something cool.
We might as well talk about No Man's Sky now, because we had a feedback from Ryan in Iowa too. He says, I hope Eric talks about No Man's Sky gameplay. Freaking exciting. The exploring for hours on end is very appealing. So I actually did want to talk about that because if you don't know, IGN is doing an IGN First, which Eric actually told me like late last week that's what it was going to be, or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was a little while ago when he told me that they were going to do that. So they have like exclusive details on it, and their first thing was 18 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay of No Man's Sky, and then their thing that they released, either was it today or yesterday?
Today.
They talk about the economy and how you make money in the game and stuff. So, really, I mean, for me, the uninterrupted gameplay was a little bit more exciting. Obviously, the economy stuff. The economy stuff was cool, but up until that point, we really didn't get to see like a ton of gameplay other than little snippets here and there. So it was cool to see a little bit more. And one of the cool things I thought about it was the audio. We didn't really get that in some of the gameplay trailers of just walking around, listening to the animal calls and the water running and the wind in the plants and stuff. That was all really cool.
Yeah.
We didn't really get that in any of the other videos. So I wanted to get your thoughts, Eric. What did you think of the videos?
Man, game looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe that like such a small studio has been able to put something like this together.
Yeah.
It's just one of those games I feel like you're just going to be able to get lost in.
Yeah.
And like you said, Dan, like for somebody like you especially who's got 2 kids and, your wife's in school, so you're watching the kids a lot of the time. And at the end of the day, when they go to bed, you're going to be able to just put No Man's Sky on and just like lose yourself in it. And it's not like a stressful game.
Yeah.
So
it probably
could be if you want to play
exactly.
it that way.
And which is another cool thing. Like, Sean Murray talked about, you can do, if you want to be a trader, you can be a trader. If you just want to be a space pirate, you can be a space pirate. But, like for me, the exploration is going to be cool.
Right.
A lot of times I'll just want to just see what's on the planet.
Just stick around.
I don't have to kill a bunch of stuff if I don't want to.
I don't think I will want to.
Yeah.
Those animals are cute.
Yeah,
They're adorable little buggers. Even the goat that was attacking him was adorable.
Yeah.
I liked that you could tell he didn't want to kill it.
He didn't want to kill the goat. No.
Can we just say he seems like the nicest guy on the face of the earth?
Yeah.
But yeah, the goat was he was attacking him, and he killed him the first time because he said something like, well, this is what most people want to see. Yeah. So he ended up shooting it.
Well, I think because he was sitting with like a few guys from IGN, and I think they wanted him to kill it.
I think they did.
So,
and I think he wanted to show off like the wanted.
Yeah.
It's got like a Grand Theft Auto type wanted level.
Yep.
It goes up to 5 stars. So like, you start off with a couple drones that come after you, and then it kind of builds up to like a space military, and you got shit kicked in when they showed up. But you can just shoot the ground next to the goat and it'll leave you alone.
Yeah, it'll scare
like a warning
shot.
But yeah, just like all the cool like animals that were wandering around, and I don't know, man, it just looks so cool.
Yeah,
and the whole the scale of the game, like when he pulls the map back and you see all of these stars that you can go to.
I nearly shat myself at the end of that.
God.
And what they left it on a cliffhanger, of course, the video, because they had the guy the IGN guy, I don't remember
Ryan
McCaffrey. They had him pick a planet, and they're like, "Oh, we'll show you later on."
Yeah,
it's like, damn it, I wanted to see what was on that planet.
Yeah,
damn it.
Yeah, so like he explains like you can be a trader.
Yeah, you
can just kind of collect resources, and buy low, sell high kind of thing at different space stations. You can go just kind of cause havoc if you want to. You can just pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere of the game is just incredible.
I really like the color saturation, the color palette too.
So
it's
nice.
it's very science fiction-y.
Yeah.
And it's love it.
Proteus.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's got a Proteus look to it.
Yeah. I wanted to get Corey's thoughts on it because I think out of all of us, Corey was the biggest naysayer on No Man's Sky, or the one that
not naysaying, just being practical.
That's fine. I wanted to see because I had actually heard of a lot of people who were skeptical of No Man's Sky after they saw that 18-minute video. They're like, okay, I get it now. There was quite a few articles. I think maybe even like each publication had one person that was like, okay, I see the point now. I see what you can do with No Man's Sky. So I wanted to get Corey's thoughts on it because he was the
and it does have a lot of
detractor
Minecraft to it.
Yeah,
Where you resource material, which is actually they built their own table of elements.
They built their own periodic table, which is based on our periodic table. But he said what would happen is people would use their own knowledge of the periodic table to get the most valuable resources and the most useful resources. So they wanted to create their own to have a blank slate
for people to figure out, and you can combine them, and that's how you build your ship, upgrade your ship, your weapons, and your spacesuit towards the ultimate goal, I guess, which is going to the center of the universe, which I couldn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
I don't care if I
just want to explore.
Yeah, exactly.
And apparently one of the things that I thought was interesting too was he said that your contribution to Atlas is important for your storyline in the game, and it made me wonder what's that mean?
Yeah,
you know, like the stuff that you discover is important in the scheme of things.
I like that you can name things yourself.
Yeah,
but at the same time, people are going to be such jackasses.
Yeah,
and I don't like. Maybe the first time I roll up and see something called like cum dumpster or something like that, it'll be funny.
Yeah.
But I kind of want it to be a little more serious than that.
Yeah.
I'm never going to name something like, I don't know, something stupid. I don't know.
Condor Wurtenberg?
Everything after me.
No, that makes perfect sense, Corey.
I wasn't thinking enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I can't wait for this game.
Me neither.
But Corey, do you have any more thoughts on it at all?
Yeah, I think this definitely like clears things up in terms of, well, what do you do? But I still don't know A, how much fun it's going to be, and B, I'd still like to find out more about the interplay between what you do and what everyone else is doing and does.
Right.
And to what effect what you do influences other people's game worlds, because you can play this game offline.
Yeah, you can. You can choose not to upload anything to the Atlas.
Right. So if it occasionally needs to check in, or doesn't need to check in, but if you're occasionally checking in and out, like, does that mean there is a portion where you could be on a planet and run into another player there? Or is it, I think I read in the economy stuff that they released today that there will be other people in the spaceports that you can interact with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, if I go to a planet and poop all over it, is somebody else going to go to that planet and see what I did?
No,
it's only like significant things that you do. Like, I mean, I don't know if you can poop in the game, but like if you do any mining or anything, that will show up on the other person, on another person's game if they visit that planet.
Right.
He said like shooting a dinosaur probably won't show up, but like if you wipe out all the dinosaurs on a planet or wipe out all the creatures on a planet, that sort of thing would show up. Like if you extinguish all life, significant things.
Yeah. Tito in the chat, twitch.tv/thumbstickathletes. We live stream every week.
Yes.
Tito is kind of expressing where I'm heading with this. I hope there can be more roles in the game and not just merchants or pirates, which are the two I hear the most. Yeah, so that just goes back to my point about
well, you can be an explorer.
Right, but like exploring and being a merchant is fine, but I just don't know for how long I want to do that, Yeah,
I understand.
I'll get my money's worth.
I will too.
I think we all will. I don't think it'll be a full price game. Maybe it will. I don't know, but
I would easily pay $60 for it.
Right.
Greg Miller says he still thinks it's going to be a $20 game.
Yeah.
Really?
That's where I would probably price it too.
That would blow my mind.
I'd be shocked if it was $20.
I would be too.
As much hype as it's getting, and Sony's got to be tossing some cash their way. I'd be surprised if that's a $20 game.
The thing with me with this game is it's getting, like you said, like the amount of hype behind this game. Is the game itself going to be able to match like the anticipation of the last 2 years for it?
Well, I think that the hype kind of died down a little bit, and then
it's starting to build back up
because of what they're showing of the game.
Yeah,
not because of people behind the scenes are saying, "Oh, this game's gonna be awesome." They're actually showing stuff and talking about it.
And that's what people are excited
at
about.
a highly reputable website, and that's why people are excited. Now people are seeing the game, and that's why they're excited. And I think that's different.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I guess my point is, like, it's easily the most anticipated game of the last couple years.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if once it comes out, it's gonna live up to 2 years worth of the most anticipated game of the last 2 years. It looks awesome and it'll be fun, but it's not gonna be like the next coming.
Well, no.
No, but no game could ever live up to that.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, like, I don't think it's going to be the next coming for me. I think it's going to be a game I play for a long time. But, like, after I put my lengthy amount of time in the beginning, I think it's going to be a game that I boot up, like I said, when I want to relax and just explore some planets, you know? Like,
yeah.
That's where I'm going with it.
I think this game has a good mix of, like, what Dan's looking for and kind of what you and I have been looking for lately, Corey, because we could just jump in for a half hour, fuck around on a planet, maybe mine some resource and jump out while Dan is taking, gets on at 10:30 at night and
plays until
next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. and
Yeah.
Dan has been exploring the galaxy all night. I think it's going to have a good mix for that too.
Yeah, and that's how I see that game. I see it as a $20 game that I'll probably really, really like kind of like a Faster Than Light. Like, wow, this is really clever. This is inventive. This is new. This is a lot of fun. But, like, that's kind of where it ends for me.
I don't know. I think that games like that can be fantastic. Look at Journey, a 3-hour game that's nothing like anything else, and it's so fucking good. Like, if I had to guess, I'd say this game's gonna be $30 or $40.
Yeah, premium indie price.
Yeah, I don't know, but like you were saying, Corey, with the build up and living up to it, I don't think any game really could live up to the hype that No Man's Sky has had.
Yeah.
You got to know that going in, I guess. I realize that, so I'm like, all right. But I'm still fucking pumped for that game.
I think I've been pretty good, too, at not letting my expectations get out of control like I used to.
I'm not expecting it to be my game of the year.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have a chance.
Yeah.
But, I think it'll be in the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it's compared a lot with Minecraft. It's one of those games that, to some people, you go into Minecraft, you walk around for a little bit, you're like, okay, that's it.
Me.
What do I do?
I'm not creative enough for Minecraft.
Well, that's just it. But No Man's Sky is different because it's about exploration and not creating.
And it has space in it.
Right.
And, like, you can fly a space shuttle.
Right. And that's where the difference is. That's why it's more appealing to me.
Exactly.
I'm the same way with Minecraft. I can't see myself putting hundreds of hours into making things, but exploring
dig a
things,
tunnel,
yes.
build a house, quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and just going off of that, to me, the most exciting and fun thing in this game will be the exchange between the massively online community.
Yeah,
because
multiplayer.
It seems like you're not going to see people like
very often
at all.
Not until you get closer to the center of the galaxy.
So it's going to be kind of awesome when you do.
Yeah.
And Tito said he likes how he says you don't know how you look until you find another player.
Yeah.
I guess, do you see yourself in their mask or what?
Well, I mean, I think your suit kind of looks the same. It's just upgraded components of it.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
That's kind of what you look like.
Okay.
Until they implement the Buy a Mirror DLC.
Buy a mirror for...
They don't seem like DLC to death kind of guys.
No, they just...
There was one other thing I wanted to say.
My last thought is I just wish nobody knew about this game until it came out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, too late for that.
Yeah.
And I don't think... I mean, even Sean Murray's talked about it. He's like, I never expected the reaction to be what it was for this. So, I mean, I think he's done a good job of managing that. So, all of a sudden, was it VGX that they showed it for the first time, and people like shit themselves?
No. I think it was before that. It was at E3. The E3 before that, they showed a small clip of it.
Right.
It was a real short clip, and everybody's like, holy shit, this game looks awesome. And then they showed more of it.
Okay.
Maybe at VGX.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's where it really
really took off.
Although at that E3, people were pretty
Yeah.
impressed with it.
Yeah, and like he's talked about before, like not expecting that and having a hard time kind of dealing with that. But I think they've done fine.
Yeah,
I think if the game's getting ready to come out, especially now is a good time to release all the details for it. And I still want to be able to discover things. I'm glad they're not telling you everything because I think some people want that.
I don't
either.
And Dan and I talked about this earlier, but my theory is that the last day of their IGN first, they're going to release or announce the release date. Because Jake actually mentioned this in one of his feedbacks this week, and I had mentioned this to Dan earlier. I don't think that IGN usually does these things for games that are too far off. So, and if you watched E3 and you watch Sean Murray talk at all, he definitely made it seem like they had a release date and he wanted to say what it was, but there was a reason he couldn't. And Dan and I were talking about this before we started recording. We think that, maybe he went there and IGN approached them about doing an IGN first, and that's why they didn't announce it, because they want to do it during this. So,
Money.
So, see.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, man, money. Who could blame that
Money talks.
man studio for wanting some money? Jesus.
Yeah.
They deserve it at this point.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Let's get the rest of the feedback going.
Yeah,
that was a good talk, though.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for No Man's Sky.
Oh, fuck. I'm glad you're excited, Dan.
I can't wait. And the more I see about it, the more excited I get for it. So, anyway, Ryan in Iowa, you doing a lot of soccer talk on this upcoming episode. Both USA teams, Perlo to New York, Messi falling again with Argentina.
Yes.
Failing again with Argentina.
Yeah, I'll touch on all that real quick. We already talked about the U.S. women's team. Amazing game. Really, really fucking fantastic performance.
I had intended on watching it, but like I said, we had our barbecue, and by the time we got home, it was almost over.
Was it?
Yeah,
you missed all the action anyway by that point.
Yeah. I forgot it was on whatever.
The U.S. men's team had their first Gold Cup game last night against, I think it was Honduras. I watched a little bit of it. From what I understand, I wasn't in a setting where I could really pay any attention, but they won 2-1. From what I understand, it was a pretty ugly victory. But a lot of these matches are against the teams that are in our group, the CONCACAF group. Mm-hmm. They just kind of play like kind of slow and defensive and dirty. There's not necessarily as much offensive talent, so they kind of have to do that. Uh-huh. Where I think our team has a little more offensive talent, so they kind of beat us up a little bit. But yeah, we did win. I think Honduras was our toughest competitor in the group we're in, so that's good. The men's team's got some stuff to look forward to. We got a lot of good young players. Andrea Pirlo, one of the better Italian players of all time and a fantastic free kick taker. He joined New York City FC, along with Frank Lampard from Chelsea and David Villa, who's been there since the start of the season. That's a pretty nice 1-2-3. Even though those guys are older, like Pirlo looks like he's 50. I don't know exactly how old he is, but got a great beard on him too.
Nice,
real classy.
You got a
classy
beard.
Player. Oh god, yeah. That's gonna be really cool to see how those guys mesh together. Mm-hmm. I wish it wasn't for that team though, because they're affiliated with Manchester City.
Okay,
which is disgusting.
Is it like a minor league almost?
Not necessarily, but they're funded by them. Okay. At least somewhat. I think they're funded by them and the Yankees. So
oh wow,
a shit ton of money to be tossed around there. I'm sure those guys are getting paid pretty well.
Yeah.
To come overseas here, but that's pretty nice. So it's almost like a Legends League over here now. There's a lot of young Hispanic and American players, and then old legendary guys, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. So I'm interested to see what happens there. And what was the other one? Oh, Messi. Argentina lost in the... What the hell is it called? I can't remember. I don't know. They played Chile in the final. Can't remember what the cup is called, but they lost. Again, Messi has yet to win a title with Argentina, and a lot of people think that he can't be called the greatest player of all time without winning an international trophy with Argentina, which I think is bullshit. Like, soccer is such a team game. Copa America. Thank you, Tito. That's what they lost to Chile. Soccer is such a team game, even though he's fantastic. Like, anything can happen.
There's only so much one individual can do, too, you know?
Granted, but that being said, his team is fucking loaded.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it just the type of thing where they just don't play well together?
I from what I understand, they don't use Messi the way that Barcelona uses him with his club team.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. But I was glad Chile won because Alexis Sanchez, who plays for Arsenal, is on that team, and I love that man. He's fucking awesome. And he scored the winning penalty. So I was really happy to see that. Yeah, Tito in the chat says that Argentina just doesn't know how to use Messi.
Gotcha.
Which I've heard from other people. So
Right.
I don't know. I actually picked Argentina to win the World Cup last year, but didn't happen. That was it, right? As far as soccer goes?
Yes.
And shout out to Arsenal for signing Peter Cech away from Chelsea. One of the best goalies ever.
Oh, goalie.
He's old.
Goalie.
He's 33, but keepers can go till they're 40.
Right.
So, great move.
All right. Facebook feedback from Jonathan. JRP, as he will now be known.
Yeah, I decided I liked the nickname JRP for him.
JRP. Yep.
He's in the chat right now.
All
so
right,
he can let us know
JRP.
if he likes it.
Hey, are there patches for the PS4 version of Arkham Knight? I bought the game the other day and will be playing this week. I do not update my PS4 very often. My fiance and I team drive a semi-truck. Internet is sparse between Missouri and Oregon, and I would hate to play a broken game. I guess what I'm asking is if the game absolutely needs to be patched or if it was shipped complete. If you guys do not know, it is okay. I don't mind being a guinea pig. It sucks for the people that do not have internet and get broken games, though. Luckily, I have my 3DS to occupy my downtime in case the game is unplayable fresh out of the box. Now, I do know most games nowadays, even 3DS games, have day one patches. I don't know how complete Batman was without the patch.
I wanted to touch on this for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
When he sent this to our Facebook, I answered him. I had just read the tweet that one of you tweeted about the Witcher patch, and I thought that's what he was referring to.
Gotcha.
So at the end, I said I couldn't wait to hear what he thought of the Witcher.
Right.
But he was actually talking about Arkham Knight.
Gotcha.
So I think what he's talking about is how fucked up the game was on PC, and he was wondering if it was that bad on PS4.
I don't think so.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it plays fine. I think there's one bug in the game that I've heard about. I don't remember specifically, but no, you're good, I think, as far as that goes.
Yep. And then he goes on to say, oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome that you and your fiance drive a semi-truck.
That sounds like it would be pretty fun.
That sounds awesome.
I'd like to hear more about that.
I have a teeny little bit of experience driving a semi in Euro Truck Simulator.
I've got about 5-10 minutes worth of that.
Not the same. I think I played Euro Truck Simulator for like 10 or 12 hours. It's a fun game. It's one of those relaxing games that you just sit back, kick your feet up, and drive truck.
That would be. I think that would be pretty fun though.
What's that?
Like as long as you and your significant other could stand to be around each other that long, like that would probably be a pretty fun time.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially like if she games with you.
Yeah,
that could be really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a cool setup, man.
Yeah.
He says, so far I am enjoying the Arkham Knight for PS4. There seems to be some new gameplay dynamics that are satisfying. Traversing the city is a little faster by grapple gun. The Batmobile is fun to drive around in tank mode and fight against riddle robots. Hang on, let me switch sides here. Allowed me to switch between Batman and Catwoman during the melee as well as performing a double takedown. I only noticed 2 bugs thus far without updating the game online. After entering an elevator at the Ace Chemical Corporation, you were supposed to select the remote Batmobile to raise the elevator. When I tried, Batman kept telling me that it was not safe. I restarted the scenario and then was able to. Outside the chemical plant, Batman has to drive the tank mobile onto an elevator, but if it isn't positioned correctly, the elevator will move up while the tank mobile clips through the floor, staying on the lower level. Readjustment of the vehicle allowed it to work properly. I've been having fun with the game, 2 hours in, and only completed a few missions. I like to explore and get my bearings. The handling of the tank mobile will take some time getting used to, and the combat has some upgrades that I'm not familiar with. Batman can hit fallen enemies on the ground, and he can engage enemies from a close range and take a few out in rapid succession without taking damage. I forgot about that one. What the hell is that called?
Don't know.
It's like something takedown. And you press square, like you change the thing and you press square and you take down. I think you can, after upgrade, you can take down to like 5 enemies.
Oh, fear takedown.
Fear takedown. Yes, that's what it
pretty
is.
nice.
That is awesome and very useful.
Yes.
This game is choice. Excited to play more after my shift. I'll be waiting for the podcast to drop after Wednesday. By the way, Batman still punches criminals in the dick as a finishing move.
He posted a couple videos.
Yeah, he sent us a few videos on that, which was awesome.
If you're interested on our Facebook.
Yes.
You know, another thing I thought was fun. I don't know if they did this in past Batman games. When you grapple onto a side of a building, if you hit X 3 times, you go fucking launching into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
You can upgrade that ability too a few times. I think I could press it 5 times and really send myself. And that allows you to travel a lot faster too and go up and down. And it's good stuff. I love doing that. Miguel in Spain says, since you don't remember, I'm from Seville.
I think it's pronounced Sevilla.
Sevilla, yeah.
At least that's how the soccer team pronounces it.
Yeah, that's how he phonetically spells it on here too. Andalusia, south of Spain, and after the 5th season of Game of Thrones, the Kingdom of Dorne.
Yeah.
So
that's his favorite kingdom.
We've got to remember Miguel's from Sevilla, and I'm familiar with the geography of Spain a little bit from playing Crusader Kings.
There you go.
So
I'm gonna
Who says you don't learn from video games?
Exactly.
I'm going to go with Miguel of House Dorn.
Well, that works
House
too.
Dorn. So thanks, Miguel. Email. I know Jake says, "Hey guys, I'm not much going on down here. I hope you had a great fourth weekend, because I sure did, with drinking, blowing shit up, and a World Cup win over Japan. The only new thing I have played is Rocket League, and it is awesome, but for some reason it tells me I'm offline and need to connect to the internet, but my PS4 is connected, so I haven't been able to play online, but I have played a season, and I played 17 weeks in a span of, I think, 2 hours. It is that much fun. IGN's coverage of No Man's Sky has me wanting to dive deep into it, and with that in mind, doesn't IGN first usually cover games that are about to come out? One last thing, my birthday is on Sunday, and I would like to play some Rocket League or Elder Scrolls Online with whoever wants to join me. Just message me on PSN. Real Big Kong is my username. So,
happy birthday!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, happy birthday,
man.
There has been a bit of a rocky launch for Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
As far as servers go,
gotcha. It probably is more popular than they thought it was going to be, right?
There was a beta, at least two separate betas for it.
Right.
PSN's kind of a piece of shit sometimes anyway. So I probably would put some of the blame on them.
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad you like Rocket League, man. I can't fucking wait to get into it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if Jake has a Vita or not, but for those listeners that do have a Vita and a PS4, Rocket League is really fun remote play. Works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind.
Nice. Yeah, I really want to get Rocket League. I mean, I'll get it at some point, no doubt, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So.
And Jake, I don't think I'll be able to play this weekend because I'm going to be out of town, but if I'm ever on playing, because I plan on playing a lot, just send me a message. I'll definitely play with you.
Uh-huh. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think that's it for feedback, right? Did we get anything late that I might have missed?
I think so. I apologize if we did miss something.
Yeah, let us know. One of these days we'll have all of our feedback in one spot someday. Maybe we'll put a button on our website that'll send us an email.
We do have that.
Well, for our question of the week.
We do have that.
Specifically for feedback. And only take feedback from there.
We do have that.
Corey, I don't.
It's not in use.
It's not
there.
in use.
There.
We don't stress it.
Yeah.
thumbstickathletes.com/contact. There's a box.
All right, Corey.
I'll give you a box.
I know Jake sent in.
My tablet just restarted on me. That's why I'm double checking, make sure I got everything.
Jake did send in something about a question of the week with an antagonist. Is that what it was, Corey?
Protagonist. We're going to do that for next week because I forgot to update the question of the week page. That's my fault. I usually do it like right after we record, and for some reason I didn't last week.
Okay.
And then I just assumed I did the rest of the week, but I actually didn't.
He also sent us a tweet about Ark. He said, Ark is a first-person Don't Starve with dinosaurs.
That sounds awesome.
And he's going to send us more details for next week.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds awesome.
So,
Don't Starve is coming to mobile devices.
Is it really?
I think tablets, which is cool. It's an awesome game.
Yeah, it is.
We never talked about our Guys Week end.
We can talk about that real quick now if you want to.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
We drank a lot, played some video games.
Ate a lot of sausage.
Ate a lot.
Oh, I felt very ill from all the food I ate.
Played Don't Starve together.
We played Don't Starve together, which is awesome. It's a fun. I never thought it would be that fun to play together. Although you guys kept dying.
I think one of us was dying more than anybody else.
Corey was drunker than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Game's hard. Game's hard.
It is hard.
It is a tough game.
You guys didn't last much longer.
Together.
What?
You guys didn't last much longer.
It's always the case, isn't it?
Well, what happened was I remember one of the games we were playing. I spent the whole time trying to figure out how to resurrect you and got myself killed.
Yeah.
So, but I was the most experienced Don't Starve player.
Well, remember I made him the heart,
the effigy,
and it killed me.
Yeah. Oh, you made the heart, not the meat effigy.
Yeah. I made him a heart, and it was said it would revive a teammate or something like that, and then I died from making it.
Yeah, because you didn't have enough hit points.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because you needed 25 hit points. And I think you had like 18 or something.
Yeah.
So, but that game was fun. What else did we play? We played some Smash.
Yeah.
What do we play?
Mario Kart. The usual suspects.
Yeah.
Age of Empires.
Age of Empires, Torchlight 2. We played. Drawing a blank here. It was almost a month ago now.
You know what? Just going back to Don't Starve together. Part of what makes that game so good is the difficulty, but at this point, I just want an easy mode.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, Corey.
I just want to play through it. I want to get far in it and, have all the things and do the story. Like
have a real nice setup going.
Yeah, it's just I just want an easy mode at this point.
I understand, but I mean, that game is one of the primary examples of a game that teaches you things. Like, I spent a lot of the time trying to pick a good location for our fort because I like to have something that's centrally located for all the different resources. I had one on my PS4. I had a playthrough where I was at like day 56 or something like that. I'd been through 2 winters.
That's pretty
impressive work.
And it gets harder like as the days progress because more aggressive and dangerous monsters come after you. We only lasted like 15 days or something like that.
Was it even that?
No, I don't think it was. But we had a time where we got attacked by hounds, which usually happens like 8 to 12 days in.
Yeah.
But so good. I actually want to play that with my wife. I'm trying to get her because we're doing our Mario 3D World, but I want to play Don't Starve.
Oh yeah, Jake asked for an update on that.
My wife she's back in school again, so now she's doing 4 classes a week. So we're gonna try to do Friday nights. I just put part 5 up today. It had been just sitting in our YouTube feed, not public for a while, but I'm hoping Friday nights we'll do our stream and put our videos up. So I still have to work on the audio. I think it's a little quiet, so I got to turn all the audio up, but I got to make sure the microphone's loud enough. It's kind of a pain, but we'll get it sorted eventually, maybe by the end of it. But yeah, we're looking at probably Friday.
You know what you need?
Next part, what?
Another studio in the basement.
Yeah.
Studio A, Studio B.
Well, I had the Wii U set up down here, but I like having it upstairs because I play it during the day. With the chitlins around, so
yeah.
It's just easier to have it upstairs, and my computer's upstairs now too. So,
yeah.
But it's not as easy of a play. When I had it down here, I could just have the TV there. We sit up against the wall there, and the camera right down on us. But now I have to wheel my computer chair over to the couch and set the webcam up on top of it, and then I bring our a closed container to put the microphone on, and it's one of these microphones, and I'm using Corey's preamp for the power and stuff for it, and it just sits 3 or 4 feet in front of us, so we're sitting back like this talking to the microphone, so it's not like this. It's not as
right.
It's pain. I want to get a better microphone for that reason.
Just buy some cheap lav mics.
A boom mic, or I want to get this is like a condenser mic, the other kind that gets audio from all around.
Omni.
Omni, yep. omnidirectional. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I needed for up there.
Cool.
So, I think that's everything.
Just question of the week. Same as last week. Like I said,
Right.
though, I didn't post it on the webpage. So we're just going to do it again, and I will post it right now. The protagonist of the last video game you beat is your new roommate. What do you do to accommodate them?
Now, will ours change if we beat a game in between now and...
Sure. Whatever
Okay.
you want it to be.
So mine won't necessarily be Batman.
Dan, do you have the list handy? I don't know what the last game I beat was.
I do.
I was trying to think about it. I couldn't.
You probably won't beat one before next week, right?
No.
Next week's episode.
No.
I
I won't be home till Monday.
Oh, that's right. Beaten games. Eric, Battlefield Hardline.
I don't even fucking remember.
Hotline Miami 2.
All right. Good work with.
Yeah, the protagonist was your character, right? I mean, it was the same character, wasn't it?
Yeah. Those are some lousy ones.
And then before that, it's The Order, 1886, Bayonetta 2. That would be a nice one.
I'd like the order out of that group.
What about Bayonetta?
I got some ideas, something I can leave around for old Bayonetta.
Eye candy, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's everything, right?
Yay.
Next week's episode, don't know what it's going to be about. Do you know when you're working next week?
I don't.
Okay.
Wednesday or Thursday. It'll be.
Wednesday or Thursday would be good. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, that'll do it for episode 207 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. All right. Call it a pod.